FSC Trucking. We're going to do a live talk about this big, massive boat haul that we did a collaboration with between Tim Gentry and Crystal Miller and myself. Obviously, I'm home. Everybody else is kind of like heading back because I kind of cheated. I flew back. There's a long story with all of that, too. We're going to try to get into some of it. Not going to get into the great big details. I don't want to ruin everybody else's produced videos, including my own, which I was working on all day today, because these are some massive, massive things. And I do got to apologize. We've been very short with content this last week because, well, we were that busy. It was insane. It was the speed at which we had to get going was nonstop craziness. I got my new laptop sitting right here on the bar. I had to buy a new laptop out there. I didn't bring anything. It was supposed to be a quicker trip than it was, and it was massive. It took in total it was 2 weeks long. We were thinking it was a 3-day move plus getting out there and getting back. Week tops. It doubled. It's not a complaint. This is what it is. So let me get people built up in here. We'll get to yapping about it. I've got a sort of quasi selfie stand set up. I'll be reading your comments on the computer over here. I might have to have Jen move stuff around a little bit, but we'll work on that either way. But yeah, I was busy editing today, and we will have a produced video tomorrow. I am going to be making the first few videos for Crystal as well. I have to get it to her so she can upload it on her channel, but those will be produced by me. Just to try to get that channel a nice, good kickstart and see what she could do with that coming up. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and get into the whole nitty gritty, all the stuff that went on. Timmy, if you guys are just coming back over from Gentry, yeah, he just did a live real quick, and hopefully a lot of you guys are here too. I'm seeing a lot of comments here. But let me just keep building up, get them going. Again, let me get the computer going. Hook up my selfie stick here to hold the camera, and I'll read them on the comments on the bar there. Hang on. So we gotta flip them around. Stand by. I gotta figure out how to set this up. I did it once before and it worked pretty good. So hook that there. Hook this around like that, and then I think if we hold it like that, and then pardon the boxes, guys. We packed to move and then got delayed, so we're not going to unpack just to pack again. So as of right now, we're still on sort of kind of schedule that we thought we were. So let me see if we go this. I wish I had an old selfie stick. This is my vlogging handle and Jen's hairband. Yeah, that works better. Okay, might be a little far for the audio, but I talk loud, so it should work okay. Actually, let's do this. Let's put the chair, let's move this box at the air. I know I should have been better prepared. I did, like, run what you run, do what you can. Really? Son out there's making a whole boatload of noise, and it ain't me. I don't get mad when you make noise. I get mad when it's not me making the noise. Yeah, it's like that. All right, there we go. That ought to work. All righty, there's my mouse. Let's see, I might be able to go without it. All righty, 1 minute. Let me get this thing signed in. Computer has to recognize my face. Yeah, I know it's face for radio. How you get a drink, baby?
A beer?
A beer, yeah, please. Oh, alrighty. Sign into my own thing here, and I'll start reading comments straight off the laptop here. My channel. Alrighty.
Meet the brand new Wondershare Uni Converter 14, the all-in-one video toolbox to convert, compress, edit videos, and much more.
Quiet. Gotta get rid of that, and I'll wind up with a vortex here. Skip the ads, imagine that. Oh no. Small screen. There we go. Expand. Alrighty, let's see the comments here. I make them bigger. Oh boy. Why is this screen gotta be so small? Can I make it bigger? Let's see here. Oh, no. All right. Whoops. Yikes, I'm so not used to this new machine. Stand by, right? Ah, there we go. That's how you get bigger. Sweet. All right, who's on here? Someone to 05 pieces. Updates on Orwell, please. We'll get to that. That's important. Very important. David Dishman, see how's Orwell? Any update on Orwell? Hi, Steve. Hi, Steve and Jen. That's Danny Arsenal.
Hi.
I saw Omar already. Omar, how's it hanging, my man? Where's Omar's mom? Lizzie, where's she at? Ain't on here yet. At least I ain't seen her yet. Probably don't mean she's not here. Let's see, is a Mike Fortner waving, cruising by? How's the framework on the cab over? Haven't started on it yet. They're laying on the floor. I saw you, Gentry son driving Rooster. That's cool. Rooster is a absolute handful and a beast to drive. Like nothing else I've ever driven. You really got to watch yourself driving that truck, especially with any kind of weight. Let's see. Oh, Lizzie Youssef. There she is. I'm here. That's Omar Youssef's mom. Hi, Steve and Jen. Watching from Canada. Looking forward to more content. Glenn Graham, 10-0-C watching. I'm not sure what that means there. Put your mic on, Steve. I'm on the phone. I'm just projecting my voice loudly. I don't have the only aftermarket mic I have is the GoPro clamshell type that I've got. And I've seen enough videos where guys have the clip-on mics and then they don't work, and then you don't know that they don't work, and then you have a video with no audio. As opposed to what my GoPro 12s do is gives you audio, no video, which happened. Yeah. Luckily, Matoy was able to, he actually sniffed that out for me, that the screen went black and it wasn't coming back. That was a problem with the video for me driving Rooster. And he was able to reset it and resync it for me while I was driving up the hill on Wolf Creek Pass. So yeah, that's the video for tomorrow is Crystal's truck and my truck, Crystal's truck towing my truck and her truck with me driving Rooster behind going up and down Wolf Creek Pass among a bunch of other stuff. So yeah, that was quite interesting. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. I am fine. I've been really crazy busy for the last 2 weeks. Obviously quite tan. Actually, not tan, just sunburnt, then peeled. But yes, the way I sweat standing in the desert, sunblock will just wash off and it get my eyes worse than sweat, and I hate it. So I got a good burn, a good tan. I'm set for riding all summer now. Hell yeah. And that came up, a lot of stuff that we're talking about. Me, Timmy, and Crystal, we're all like stupid busy people. And I'm going to get to that, Grizzly Ridge Runner. We're very stupid busy, and it's like we started doing better around here financially, and then we bought toys, which one, hurt financially, and two, now we don't have any time to play with the toys that we paid for. And I think that goes with all three people, some more than most. I probably recognize it as a problem more than anybody, and have to focus on that. We were talking with one of our neighbors today about my boat that we still haven't done crap with. Yeah, it's been an issue. Why do you sleep in the desert for? Well, we were out hauling boats. So we did a big collaboration with Tim Gentry and Crystal Miller of Miller Transport. She's got her own YouTube channel here too, which we're going to start working on videos for that channel as well. She got one short up right now. We did a lot of filming the last 2 weeks, and I promised I would get a couple of videos done just to make sure it was a good quality video, and then give it to her, put out on her video there, and then that's basically the idea. Everything's good here. Obviously being gone from home for 2 weeks totally sucked. It messes with your head, and There's a little bit of there's the old saying, friends, fish, and family. You know, the 3 day rule. After 3 days, both friends fit all. Friends, fish, and family start to stink. But we were working together and basically living together, and it makes it very difficult to work like that. But you work through it, you get through it. That's what you got to do, and that's what we did. So absolutely. Lizzie Youssef says hi to you. Jen says hi back. Are you moving box? Yeah, we were supposed to move a month or so ago, and now we gotta wait till like June. But yeah, Finest is glad we made it home. Yeah, I flew home. Um, Actually, Crystal flew me home. To be honest, that's just how she is. I felt bad about the extra money. She knew that I had to haul ass to get back to work on video, so she's like, "Blammo, let's just put you on a plane and send your ass home." I'm like, thank you. In reality, too, my dually got sent home. I don't know if I really want to get into why, but my dually got sent home. Um, there was a reason for that. I'm looking in the comments. I don't know how much we want to talk about that, but yeah. So I wound up running escort service with Crystal's dually rather than my own, which it's a different experience dealing with a truck that I'm not familiar with, and then doing like I do, you gotta be aggressive, and I'm aggressive with other people's rig, which doesn't necessarily work out too well, but well, I guess it does work out okay. It's just I always feel guilty having to work hard with someone else's equipment. Let's just say it like that. I got no problem beating on my own stuff, but driving spiritedly and doing the lead car in oncoming traffic effectively, yeah, there's a reason why you run dualies or big pickups when you're doing that kind of work, because you're not gonna. If you do it with a Honda Civic, you're just gonna get laughed at, and then you're not going anywhere. Yeah, Ben Wilkinson, escort service for all the right reasons. Yeah, pole car, but it wasn't over height, so we didn't need. Well, yeah, the one we. How do I word this? We didn't need a pole car for going to Florida. That's right, Semper Fortner. You'll get smashed. Yeah, that's right. You got to have a vehicle that says oversized load, and then a FAFO license plate. That's what you need. Being busy is a good problem to have. Yes, Grizzly Ridge Runner. It's the Constantis' FSC Escort. Yeah, that's that would be something to see. Can't wait to see Orwell. Hopefully, if plans hold up, which of course plans are always subject to change. Hopefully not this upcoming week, not like Monday and this week, but hopefully the following week we're gonna get started on Orwell's frame, the new frame, the 1/2 inch thick, big long son of a gun. That should be coming up here soon. That's basic plan. Yeah, dream team. Oh, for sure, for sure. Between me and Tim and Crystal, there's absolutely nothing that can't be moved, can't be done. I'm absolutely, I'm absolutely convinced of that. Between the three of us, there's nothing that can't be done. Just a matter of just the will and the tenacity and the just straight up stubbornness. Above, over, under, or my favorite, through. I'm talking about obstacles. When you find an obstacle, you just got to figure your way around or through. What would I do with a Mad Max truck there, Max Schleminger? Exactly. What's up with Orwell? Orwell's currently a cab and a front axle, nothing more, nothing less. The engine is out, obviously. We're rebuilding the engine. We're going to have to change Orwell out to an 18-speed to run the kind of weight that I'm being talked to about. And yeah, we're going to run the same engine, same power line, all of that. We're going to run, to some people's chagrin, the pump is going to be stock. The engine is going to be stock. It's a factory 400. Some think I should make it bigger and more powerful, and I personally don't see the need for it. It's got to handle the weight. It doesn't have to be first up the mountain, and I'd like to make sure the longevity is a thing with this truck. So that's that. Mark Tellen, did I get Orwell's mail? I got Where did you send it, Mark Helen? I got something, and if you send it somewhere, we got to have a conversation about that. Martha Misner says, hello from West Virginia. We need to get back to West Virginia and get back on them razors out there in the Hatfield trails.
We sure do.
Oh my God, we got to finish the last of the Devilanche Trail. Man, we got to get to West Virginia with the razors. Good God. Man, Bobby Scott says, mix me a drink. What do you want? We didn't eat dinner yet, so it's just beer right now. I'll drink some scotch, or I got some Irish whiskey sitting there with my name on it. We got scotch?
Yeah, we got scotch.
Yeah, Brian's got my, well, he ain't here yet.
This is from PA, by the way.
Yeah, it's a card.
Okay, well.
No, that's not a card then. Okay, yeah. Where'd you send it to? The P.O. box? No, I haven't been up there yet. Neil R says Jack and Coke. Why would you ruin Jack with Coca-Cola? I don't know. Scotch on the rocks. Ugh. Scotch all day. Rocks? No. Fixing up some tomato sauce. RC says that. Oh, that's funny. Hey, bro, how are you when you come through Cincinnati and I'm on the road? Try to look out for you. Never missed a video. Yeah, I'm not sure what the game plan is for Monday, honestly. I'm trying to get videos done between today and tomorrow. And Monday, I've got to do a couple of, I got to try to schedule a meeting in Oshkosh with some people and go pick up my dually, because my dually is not here. I've got to go pick it up. But I've got the rest of my crap that I have to, that's still probably on its way back from Florida. So, and it's a whole thing. Yeah, I flew home and I literally just grabbed my computer and a backpack and a change of clothes and then shot home. Everything else I have is still in Crystal's dually, still northbound. Let's see, what's Cricket Caper going to do? It's
Wait, what?
Constar261 says, when is Cricket Caper going to do its first oversized load? Cricket Caper is my 6'4". Here. That's funny. We'll just do this real quick. This is what they're talking about. My 64. I've been messing around and talking about making that car into an escort vehicle. I think that'd be funny as hell. It would make for good videos, I'll tell you that. Ay. I hope that ain't I don't think it was a text. If you texted me, hit me on here. I'll see here. What kind of sticks do I have in the humidor box? Not a lot. What do I have? I've got 2 Macanudos, a Sancho Panza, and a Monte Cristo. And I've got a CAO. These are older ones on this side. CAO. Yeah, there's one over there that somebody gave me. I got a few others in there. I got a Romeo or 2 in there too. Yeah. Matter of fact, I'm probably gonna fire one up tonight after dinner if it's nice and chill. Oh yeah, Gentleman Jack. Yes, sip on Gentleman Jack. Absolutely. Where's Black Dog? Black Dog's in the shop. Chris got a bunch of work done on Black Dog while I was gone, so I've got to see. Yeah, RC, you get a tan when you're in the desert, and then when you work in the sun in Florida. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, that we did work. Steve, we did good work before. Can I get airbags on a Subaru Impreza? I don't know. I guess you can. I've never tried. Never messed with one of those. Linda Peters says, my husband has 263 Chevy Bel Airs. Both came off the assembly one after the other. Now that's cool. I had a video of Dodge Chargers that were the same way, consecutive VIN numbers that 2 brothers had bought. That was way back. That was Autorama. Remember that, babe? When the channel was a baby channel?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. Who's the picture of Marine? That's Matthew. So yeah, he's still in the Marine Corps. Who is? Oh yeah, answer it. Yeah, I'm not going to get into the details of Florida. Just Florida. I don't want to ruin all the videos. So I got an idea for door sticker for Black Dog. Use Black Dog with a spike collar around. We got a matter of fact merch. I really got a man. I messed up on that. I got to update the site. We will be putting out merch very soon for both Black Dog and another Orwell shirt of sorts, kind of a play on words, environmental type. Save the cat. Save the cat.
Just leave it at that.
Let's leave it at that. We're saving the cat. Yeah, so we are. Matthew's going through it. FM. We'll just leave it there. Yeah. So save the cat and a Black Dog shirt. We're going to be pre-ordering those, or releasing them for pre-order, and then we're going to order a whole boatload of them, and then get them out. So I'm officially fired from. Well, that's part of the business planner out here is fire me from most things of responsibility beyond basic operations and maintenance and stuff, and then Jen's going to be running the office. With that, we need training, or Jen needs training. So, yeah, we're going to work. We're going to work close together. Well, I'll just be straight up. So, because we already talked about that. We want to get into that now or later? The offer that I can't refuse that was given. Do we get into that now or later?
It's up to you.
What do you think?
Because you're usually you're gonna be
How
here
many
a
people
while.
does it say is on here?
I can't really
There's a
see.
people symbol. Oh, 801.
Okay.
801.
Because it's covered
Damn!
up.
Get 801 people on here and 108 likes. Come on, y'all. Really? Nice. All right. If Dooley's going to use Mr. Beefy. What? I don't know what you're talking about there. I'm not a fan of those tall shifters. Look awkward to use. Oh, he's talking about Tim's Rat Fink shifter up there. No, it ain't Rat Fink. It's more like 8 hangers. Rat Fink is like up here. But yeah, it's any taller, it'd be Rat Fink. Yeah. Honestly, I don't remember why. He didn't really want that shifter, as far as I understand. It was just, that's one that was available, and he didn't want the factory one, so we put that in there. It is very difficult. No, RC, that's not it at all, actually. Think about it. I have 2 trucks. Both of them right now are technically on the road. Orwell's insured, registered. I didn't want to take them off the road, but Black Dog's the one that I'm driving. But Orwell is still insured and registered. It's going to take longer than I anticipated originally. But bear in mind, it was just going to be an engine rebuild. I figured Orwell will be down about a month. So yeah, that's a huge thing to get into. Yeah. So I'm trying to think of how to. I don't know. I mean, we talked about it on a video, but we didn't get into the details of it. Let me think on that. Let's just get into this here.
Let's just say hi because we haven't seen each other.
How is the Cummins versus the Heavy? So I put that in Gentry's video, or his live, where he talked about it. I have officially challenged Crystal's dually to a race on a drag strip versus my dually, and I think I will hand that dually its ass with my Hemi. Hers is Cummins powered with a 6-speed automatic. Mine's Hemi powered with an 8-speed automatic, and I do believe mine to be quicker. Not stronger, quicker. There's a difference. I have no idea what the top speed of Crystal's dually is. I know mine chips out at 108 mile an hour. Hers, I have no idea. I only got it up to about 80 or 90 to try to race over a bridge to shut it down. So, but yeah, I think mine would smoke it in a drag race. It would outpull me, but I would beat it in a race. And that's my opinion. We could always, I'm sure she's watching, we could always prove this, and of course we'll film it. But I've officially challenged you to a drag race. Yeah, somebody's been asked about visiting the shop. I wouldn't just show up. It's not really quote unquote open to the public, let's just say. And we have had problems where people come to the shop, and it's a thing. It's like Chris is on the clock, he's working, and he comes across like he's being rude to you because he's not talking to you. we could put there's. She goes, yours will be quicker. It's lighter. We could weigh mine down. We could put a 100-gallon tank in there and make it even, or we could take yours out. She's worried about 100. Run yours with no fuel in the tank. You'll need it. Oh yeah. We could even it out some way or another. Anyway, yeah, if someone comes by the shop and Chris is working, he's just gonna ignore you because he's on the clock, he's working. So yeah, it's a busy shop, we're working, so it's like we can't spend like an hour to shoot the bull with you. I mean, I don't have a problem with if I see fans on the road, I'll shoot the bull if I got time, and I'll always say hi and be polite and pleasant to people, but when we're in a hurry, we're in a hurry, you know what I mean? And Chris, once he's on the clock, he's just straight rude to people because he feels like time is money, and when I'm paying him, he's like, time is my money, and he don't want to waste it. So, and I really appreciate that. It's the best part of him, to be honest. It is his straight up honesty and hardcore work ethic. So that's kind of how that goes. But yeah, let's see here. So I guess we'll get into this part of it because I get a lot of questions on that where it's like, hey, Big B, I got a lot of reasons why nobody wants to come to the house. Yeah, it's LOL. I got a lot of reasons to come to the house or not come to the house. Do not come to the house. Yeah, coming here is a problem. Don't do that. Come by his lunchtime and bring him lunch. Carl Ben says that one.
That might work, yeah.
Yeah. Bring Cheez-Its and Monsters. That's Chris food. Gonna leave the 6-inch stacks on. Orwell isn't getting changed at all except a rebuilt engine to factory specs and longer, and it'll have 4 axles. That's the plan with Orwell. So here's how it played out. So I tried to explain it. It'll be explained in tomorrow's video more clearly. So everybody remembers my Ford, right? My Ford CL9000. That frame was super thin because it was only a single axle tractor. And I decided I was going to make it longer and put two drive axles on it off the 352. That way they're Dayton wheels and it matched what it looked like when it was the Chapel truck trailer in North Bend, Washington. That truck I want to look as close to identical as it was while it was a Chapel truck trailer. So I planned on taking the frame rail somewhere else, and I wound up going to, I found Vicon in Mentor, Ohio, and I dropped the rails off there, and they made me carbon copies with the rear, carbon copy of the template we made out of 2 crappy frame rails we welded together. Ford to the front, Peterbilt to the rear. Anyways, we wound up sending it to Vicon. They made brand new frame rails for me. All the holes already drilled, ready to rock and roll. And then I picked them up. And while I was picking them up, I didn't talk about this on the channel back then. So what happened was I picking up my frame rails. We loaded them on. Now they're sandblasted and they're bare steel. And I needed them to stay really nice and clean. So I laid my tarps out on the trailer, put the frame rails on the tarps, and then I was going to wrap the tarp over it and then strap it down. After we had gotten that done, I was talking with Joe over at Vicon about 1/2-inch frame rails and my idea that I wanted to build this badass, cool, heavy haul unit, 4-axle tractor out of a different type of truck that no one ever really used for a long haul truck before, and then put that 12V71 Detroit in it, twin turboed in that truck. And Joe was talking about 1/2-inch frame rails. I said, man, that'd be cool to see. He's like, well, I got a set sitting right here. So I says, I am looking at the comments here. Yeah, this is my son, Matthew. He's the Marine. My other son is, so yeah. Looking at comments here. Anyway, so he showed me, he says, hey, we got a set of 1/2-inch frame rails sitting right here. And he looked at me, he's like, oh crap. And I'm like, what? What's the matter? He's like, these are Crystal Miller's frames. If she's not that far from you, maybe you can set up and bring her rails. She maybe could pay you for it rather than go home with just your own rails. And this was, I think, on a Friday. I don't remember what day it was. Maybe Crystal would remember and remind me. I don't remember what day of the week it was, but I was just going to load up my crap and haul ass. So something else was going on where I was, oh, right. So that become a thing. Now I'm still leased on with Widmeyer, and I don't just haul anybody's crap without clearing it through Widmeyer. So I called up Widmeyer's and told them, hey, this is what I'm wanting to do. What are we going to charge for this? And then they told me their price. And then I had just gotten a hold of Crystal, and I told her what they had said. And Crystal's reaction to me was, go F yourself. She didn't say that, but she said it in less than so many words. So I was like, all right, well, whatever. She's like, well, this is what I'll pay you. And I'm like, no, that ain't gonna work, because after they take a piece of this, I'm left with peanuts. I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. So ultimately, an agreement was made where I would be paid cash and everybody would be happy with that deal. And I'm like, all right, fine, whatever. So I threw them on a trailer, tarped them. I didn't need to tarp hers. I had to tarp mine. Now you got to bear in mind, it's in the middle of winter, and it was like 5 degrees out when I got to Wisconsin. So this is like afternoon time or late morning or whatever, afternoon-ish in Ventura, Ohio, Cleveland area. So we loaded them up, turned and burned, and started hauling ass for home, stopping by her shop. She was on her way up from like Missouri or something. I don't remember what. I know she was in Missouri, where she come from, who Lord only knows. So I was hauling ass home. She would text me every so often to try to get an ETA on when I would be there. That way she would be at her shop before I got there. So we got to her shop. She got there about an hour before I did, and some of her other drivers were there. And then peeled off the tarps, unloaded it. And it was quite a sight to be seen. I probably should have filmed it, but I didn't really want to intrude on other people and other people's places, so I didn't. So you got a picture there. So you got me, 2 other dudes hanging off the back of a forklift. Crystal's driving it, trying to scoop up all these frame rails so it doesn't end, the forklift don't, tip over. So we're hanging on the back. It's barely doing the wobble, getting it unloaded. Unloaded the frame rails and then retarped it. And then, like I said, it was like 5 degrees out. It was like 1 in the morning. And then she's like, hey, you want to come inside and warm up? We got some food inside. I'm like, all right, yeah, I can do that. So we just sat there drinking sodas and eating pizza and shooting the crap for about 4.5 hours. And it had to be like 5:30. What time did I call you, babe? You remember? To come get me?
I didn't have to get you.
You had to come in? Or did I have the pickup truck at my shop still?
Yeah.
I thought you had to come and get me.
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't think so.
Anyway, by the time I got to my shop, it was pretty early, like early morning. Came home, took a nap, and then got back doing videos or something. And that was kind of the end of that. But, obviously we kept in touch. And then when I cracked Orwell's engine block and decided we're going to get ahead and yank the engine block out and all of that, that's why I'm thinking, if we're going to do frame rails, this is the time to do it. So I said, you know what? I had at that point I was questioning, do I duplicate the frame rails exactly with the frame bridge and everything that it had? Do I add length to it and maybe put a step box, or do I add enough length to put a drop axle in there? So I was hemming and hawing around about what to do, and then I had texted Crystal about a few things about it, and then she had an answer for me that I did not expect, which is the answer that I called the offer I could not refuse, and I didn't. So that's kind of where it's at. So I decided on 1/2-inch rails, pusher axle, and Tim's been on me for 3 years to go get my own authority, and a couple of persuasive conversations with Crystal, and I decided, yeah, we're probably going to pull a trigger on that here sooner than later. I am planning on keeping at least Black Dog on with Widmeyer's, I think. There's nothing set in stone as of yet. And I got in trouble for 2 videos. If you haven't noticed, 2 videos got pulled, or I had to pull, because I spoke about something that was on the news, was worldwide news, for a while, and I spoke about it on a video, and somebody got mad at me, and I had to yank 2 videos. So that might be part of the reason why I might want to start making my own moves rather than working with other people. So that has part to do with it. It's not all of it, but it has something to do with it. Yeah, I probably better make a move before something happens where I can't reverse the course. So that's a long story short of how Orwell reboot, for lack of a better term, is going to wind up happening. So that's kind of where we're at. The Black Dog going to pull fire engines still. Black Dog is going to keep doing everything. Black Dog is Black Dog. He's a 3-axle Peterbilt doing what he does, and that's that. Those authority conversations involve whiskey. No, actually, that conversation was stone cold sober. I've spent 2 weeks with Tim and Crystal both, and I guess there were some conversations over whiskey and Patron and so on. But no, when we first had the initial conversation, it was me and Crystal on the phone, speakerphone, me and Jen talking in my office in front of my computer, discussing it all. And that was stone cold sober. And that's when I decided I was going to do it. Ben Wilkinson, it's not a matter of letting other people convince me. It's a matter of convincing myself. In other words, for whatever reason, years ago, I used to be very hungry. And now I'm not so hungry anymore, I guess. Maybe I'm just less ambitious I used to be. Starvation will definitely motivate you. But now I have decided I have to start becoming more ambitious like I used to be. And that's where I'm at. So I'm seeing, let me put it to you like this. When you see people that are more successful than you, you do have to start questioning, why are they more successful than you, even though you've been doing the game longer. I've been trucking longer than Crystal and Timmy. Why are they more successful than me? I've been doing YouTube longer than Timmy. Why is he more successful than me? You do have to ask these questions. And I've come to the answers that, and they're not hard to come to that. Those questions are not hard to come to. You just have to have the courage to look into them and admit that maybe I am a little slow in moving, and I shouldn't be as slow as moving. From what I'm hearing, it's not. It's just a little bit of money and time. But I have help, so I anticipate that. Sounds like you're more cautious because of life. Yes, Michael Adams, that's the thing. I went broke when Matt was 1 year old, and I had to really deal with the consequences of struggling to take care of my children and my family while being flat broke. So I never want to make that decision again. But I'll tell you how it happened. So I was talking about it with Tim literally a couple days prior to Crystal making the offer I can't refuse. And I mean that in a good way. I know that's from The Godfather, which is a bad thing. But no, the offer I can't refuse is meaning it's too good to pass up. So that offer, anyways, I'm getting a little sidetracked. So Timmy had a conversation with me about me getting my own authority about 2-3 days prior to that conversation where Crystal was texting back and forth with me about frames. I said, you know what, F it, I'll just call you here in about a couple hours. So I was home editing and she called me, and it was about a 2-hour conversation. And she said something to me that literally was carbon copy exactly what Timmy had said to me about me and failing and whether I could fail. It was carbon copy word for word. And it was just like, holy crap, you don't have a choice now, man. Like, I guess I do have a choice, but it was like, come on, man. Like, how much more of a sign do you need that's like a slap in the face? You really got to get off your ass and make bigger, better moves. And like I said, for me, it was when two people that did not know each other at that time. Crystal had no idea who the hell Timmy was. When two people say exactly the same thing within days of each other and word for word, you gotta take note of that. You gotta take note of that. And there's just some things I have to learn my own self. Trust is one. Trust is the big one. I have to learn trust again. But I'll just leave. I don't know. So I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. And sometimes I make colossal mistakes. Big time. You have to trust your gut more than your brain. Does that make sense? So we're gonna try to rethink my words. I'm very bad at that. We are going to put our money where our mouth is, and we are going to do what we said we were going to do, including trust. All in. All in. Let's see. Let's get back to the comments here. Yeah, John says money in trucking is a huge motivating factor. It's hard to move forward without having the finances to do so. I can afford to move forward. I just don't want to make more mistakes. The last 5 years we've done better, but it's still slow motion death. We're not moving as fast. We're not growing as fast as I feel we should be. So I feel I have to step it up a notch. And I don't have little kids at home, so I'm not risking their future any longer. Big moves are very, very scary. Yes, and I got two large moves to do. Getting authority is one, and Orwell completely rebuilt and bigger is another. And it takes both. Both have to happen simultaneously, basically. I'm not sure you're talking about there, Bill Davis. Let's go. Happy for you. The grind is worth it. Absolutely. After Orwell is done, do you think I will drive another truck? Of course. Let's see here. I was still stubborn in my other days. It was hard lessons learning from mistakes, but I did. Yeah, absolutely, Henry G. Sometimes you got to take that step. Wise man give this advice. Yes. Ken says Philadelphia Flyers. Where's there something? Oh.
Yay.
That's Jen's favorite hockey team. So there you go. Trust your gut, Steve. Very important, but I doubt Tim or Crystal will steer you in the wrong direction. No. That's the trust factor. And I will trust my friends. I will trust my friends who gain nothing in my loss. My friends gain when I gain, I feel. And that's this past 2 weeks have proven that more than anything else. My friends will not benefit off my downfall. They will only benefit off my success. And when you're put in that position, you have to trust your friends even if you don't trust yourself. So we're all in. And we know who we're talking to. I know who I'm talking to. 2 people. Out of 1,031 people, is 2 people I'm directing that to. Let's see here. Mylan Lord says, let's go Flyers.
Yay.
Mylan, what's up, New Aikman? Hey, I got your text. I just been crazy busy. You'll see why. Aircraft fuel systems mechanic, Ken. That's what I did in the Air Force. Hope you do buy a Merc truck from Europe and post content. That would be cool if I had the money. It's just an idea, but that would be badass. But right now we're doing it. Along with the house and hopefully a new shop. Michael Adams says that. Yeah, well, that's part of the plan. We're trying like hell to outlast this house situation and buy it with the property and build a badass shop and just make a boatload of money and do good content and build cool trucks and keep working and grinding hard. Yeah, Carl Bench says, yeah, hell yeah. When you got good friends like Tim, Crystal, and a good wife, damn sure helps. Yeah. I got good people behind me. Sometimes you get blind to that. Sometimes you do get blind to that. You lose track of who's behind you. I'm used to a lot of people coming at me. You know, they come at you with a handshake and a hug. Meanwhile, they're trying to stick a dagger in your back. And, yeah. I made a big mistake. We'll just leave it at that. I made a big mistake, and I hurt some people, and I'm sorry for that. Cruising by, I don't know much about Crystal, but I'm following Tim as long as I thought. He's good people. Rare to find people who want to succeed and hold on to them. They don't come often. That's facts. That's facts. I really enjoy the garage repair wheels. Remind me of the work I did back in the early 80s to Steve K. Yeah. Let's get back into the boat haul, which is what we did. So long story short, Tim got done with the one boat haul that he picked up a boat in Jersey, and that's a video series he's working on right now currently. So he picked up a boat in New Jersey and he brought it out to like the Chicagoland area, actually in Indiana. Dropped it off, and then he brought Rooster and his boat trailer and David Matoy up here. I had left Friday here in the afternoon. I went down to Crystal's shop to meet Tim down there, and the idea was we were just gonna be changing some U joints, and Crystal was looking over the truck and did a couple other odd and end things to it, and the more we worked on it, the more we found crap needed, and Crystal has some really rare Caterpillar parts in stock. For example, remember Tim had that sticking Jake brake. Crystal had the proper solenoid for the Jake on that thing, which coincidentally fits Jake brakes for A model Caterpillar 3406s along with Tim Gentry's Caterpillar, and she had a bunch of them in stock, which was the proper part, and that's kind of what got it to where we're like did the full overhead on the thing, and we fixed the air conditioning on it, and that was all done at Crystal shop, and that was an overnight all night into the morning through the morning, just work on a truck thrash, and after that we loaded up both dualies on Crystal's Faymanville. Matoy's truck was already on Tim's trailer, and we just hauled ass for Arizona, and that was an interesting ride. Went up and over. So you've got four CDL drivers, 2 trucks. So we just hammered and stayed hammered, and got out to Arizona Sunday night actually. Stayed at an Airbnb for a few days, and that's when our anticipated timeline where we're going to stay in Arizona for only a handful of days extended for a lot longer. So Crystal, being the big baller she is, decided to F it. We're in Arizona, where they have these badass houseboats. So she rented us like this badass, huge ass houseboat. We stayed on air for a while, and that was cool. That was real cool. So it was real nice because like in the morning we'd get up. I usually got up and started making everybody breakfast. So I was kind of like unofficial breakfast cooker. Crystal or me would handle dinner. Sometimes Timmy would grill out dinner, but it would be real late. So like it'd be like we would get back pretty late and then run out to Walmart, get a bunch of steaks or burgers, and actually Tim did all the grilling. If we grilled, Timmy did it. Crystal cooked a bunch. I did almost all the breakfasts. So that's kind of how it played out time wise. It was a nice treat actually. That worked out real good. Ultimately, what we had plans rapidly changed, but then Tim was able to pull the nose up on another deal, and then we pulled something drastically similar but different. Same thing, 1 boat, 2 trucks, and that got dragged out to Florida, and that was an experience getting some of these big, getting this big sucker out of where it was and get it down to Florida. And the routing, because of the size of it, was not fun. Involved a lot of 2-lane roads, and it involved me doing things with dualies that most people think probably shouldn't be done. But it got done successfully, and we made a lot of good friends in the process. So it was definitely a badass segment to it. I really don't know what else I really want to say about that. Carl Benson, yeah, I saw that. Crystal was throwing wrenches too. Whoever's messaging me, I'm not checking them. I'm here, not there. So someone's just blowing up my messenger. Yeah, she is a hell of a truck mechanic. She just gets right into it. And she's smaller, so she gets into spots where I can't. I wish I was smaller sometimes. Yeah, Brother Adam, if I get them on authority, I mean, they could broker me out freight too. So it's not like I can't pull for them, but with my own authority, I can pull for anybody. So that's kind of the idea. I might leave a truck on with them, I might not. I haven't decided the details of it yet, but we're definitely as soon as help is available, we will take every bit of it. Pink with stubbies, great taste, cue ball. Damn straight, Storm Chaser.
That's the last one, though.
Is the last one. Boy, you got Miller Lights.
No, you got Coors Light in the big bottles.
Oh, okay, all right.
No more banquet.
Nice work on the farmer's tan, Steve. Yeah, well, I usually was wearing t-shirts for my work shirts in the sun, so that's what this Terminator. That was fantastic loads. That's Dave Tonga. Terminator, that was fantastic loads. I'm not really sure what you're meaning there. I've been following you with Tim Gentry, Bruce Wilson for a long ass time. Won't ever say I never seen Tim steer anybody wrong. He always likes to give a hand up that was willing to take. He is. There's a lot of lakes in Arizona, artificial lakes where they built dams and dammed up rivers, you know, like Lake Powell, Lake Mead, Lake Pleasant. There's a lot of big lakes out there. Big lakes. Just going back to the beginning to catch up. Hope all is well. Lauren Tedford says that. Yes, all is well. Douglas Schonenberg says, tell Matt to get his FAA A&P licenses. We need A&P technician. I have my A&P and FCC license. I wish I got that through the Air Force. I did not. Sucks. I always thought maybe aviation mechanics would be, when I was young, I thought that'd be the direction I went. Didn't happen that way. I'm not really sure if that's going to go Matt's way either. I found Tim's channel when watching your video when his shop sadly burned down. Yeah, that was very sad, but it actually was a blessing in disguise, I think. It actually helped motivate him to get as big as he is now, honestly. Just like what just happened to me is, in a similar fashion, telling me that I should take the offer that Crystal and Timmy have offered me and take the next big step forward and to 100% trust my friends. Again, all in. Did you hear about that helicopter close call at Reagan Airport where you've made 2 deliveries? Yes. If you haven't noticed, those videos are not up anymore because somebody got mad at me talking about current events on the news while making a delivery where it happened. Apparently, we're supposed to pretend it never happened, even though the whole world knows it did. Yet another reason why I'm probably going to be going out on my own, because I do have to worry about some people's opinions of what I say on camera, and it creates problems for other people. So maybe it's just best that I go out on my own, because if I have to pull videos because they speak about what CNN, Fox News, MSNBC, and all the other big channels talk about, if I speak about that, I could be in trouble. Just saying. Yes, I had not heard about it, but I guess that's probably why. You know what? That's somebody said that happened again. It was another close call. Babe, same airport. That's probably why I got a very angry phone call.
Yeah.
Literally while we're pulling out of the damn out of the national park with the boat. Mm-hmm. That's when I'll get my phone blown up about pulling 2 videos.
Wow.
So yeah, that's probably why. Just in case, yeah, that's. I'm not going to get into details, but yes, that's. How do I get in trouble for that? Yes, nobody special. Almost happened again. Apparently, I'll have to look into that. Yes, I know. That's why 2 videos got yanked. Corporate got mad. It had nothing to do with it. I wasn't even hauling crash. I wasn't even hauling rescue trucks. I was hauling something else. I don't even know if I can say that anymore.
How old are the videos?
A couple of weeks. Remember the one you fired for me here when I was away? Mm-hmm. That video. And then the one prior to that. Yeah. You post what you want. This is America. No, JS, we have contracts. I'm under contract with those. They tell me I could push it if I want to, but I'm not gonna. But I could push it. Yet. Let's see here. When your merch gets in, mention I'll send you cat. Oh yeah, we have a new Black Dog shirt coming out. and we've got a Save the Cat shirt.
And we're gonna leave it at that.
We're gonna leave the Save the Cat shirt at that till I release that and for pre-order. And that'll be coming up here pretty soon, hopefully. But yeah, that's the idea. Is the Save the Cat, get it, cat like caterpillar.
See now.
That's not all of it, babe. I want to talk about it so bad. It's cool. It is a cool ass shirt. And the Black Dog shirt's pretty badass too. Constar, yeah, 5X. Yeah, we've got, at least we used to have, a lot of 5X stuff, 6X in the work shirts, and we're going to get more of them too. Oh yeah, so basically when it comes to certain things such as my authority, some things, let's just say Jen's going to be trained on how to handle the office side of things. That way I don't screw it up like I constantly screw the merch up. I'm going to be fired from merch, and Jen's going to take over that too. So here coming up soon, we're going to let Jen take over that, the office type stuff other than editing. And I'm going to be fired from my own office, and Jen's going to run the office, and I'm just going to edit video.
Because I ain't doing that.
From my own little segment in my office. I might get a straight pipe Black Dog. Yes, that's eventually going to happen. I am working out a deal from. Well, I shouldn't say that yet, but we are looking at a set of full fenders for Black Dog. And matter of fact, Monday I plan on meeting in Oshkosh about that and potential other things going on. But it is a meeting regarding channel sponsorship, and it's a big thing. I've been talking to a couple of big name people in the truck game for channel sponsorship, and I was in Arizona and too busy to meet with them, but we're going to be doing that hopefully this week. So channel sponsorship, and Black Dog is name of the game when it comes to that. That's the idea. Do I have all the parts for Orwell? Hardly, but I do have a set of 1/2-inch frame rails sitting on my floor. Paging Miller Transport, am I speaking on that yet or not? I'll wait. Oh, as far as the engine goes for Orwell, it's just to be rebuilt factory. So the block is fixed. I just got to pay the bill, go up there and get it. I obviously just got back, so I haven't had a chance. So pay the bill, get it back in, and build it up. We're building it in-house, me and Chris, and it's going to be factory. We're going to take the pump out, or the pump's already out, obviously. We're going to take it, send it out, and it's going to be set to, Chris is telling me I should go factory plus 10%. That's about all I might do if I do anything. But yeah, it'll be opened up just a little bit. We're not going Tim Gentry Rooster size. I don't want to hurt the engine. It's only a B model, and some people disagree as far as how much a B model can take. But it is a air-to-water after-cooled engine, and we're not doing anything massive with it. So, and I'm not going to be retrofitting a whole boatload of crap. We're just going to basically put it all together as it was, add a fourth drop axle to it, and then run it. So yeah, whatever 10% of 400 is, yeah, 40. So I guess it'd be about 440. We're just going to add a little bit to it. In Chris we trust. Don Carpenter. Yes. In Chris we trust. Mm-hmm. That should be a t-shirt.
Yeah.
That should be a t-shirt. Put Chris's face on like a $100 bill or something on a shirt. In Chris we trust.
That'd be pretty awesome.
All others pay cash. Is Jen going to be merch church preacher now? On Star 261. We'll see. Ben Wilkinson says 450 max. Make it smoke like Rooster, Black Dog. Brenda Bailey says, I'm not after the smoke, I'm after the power, but I don't want to make too much power. In reality, I'm after the longevity. Yes, I did spill the beans. The fact I have the frame rails. The terms of the deal is what I speak of. Dave B says smoke is loss of power. You are correct, sir. But you have to throw the fuel to get the turbos to spool. The smoke goes away once the turbos spool up. Are you going to get Orwell into mats next year? We are trying like hell. Just a matter of whose booth. But we will figure it out one way or the other. But my goal is to get Orwell in mats next year. Somehow, some way, we're going to get it done. We're going to try like hell. And if I'm correct, trusting in my friends will get us there. I'd buy the In Chris We Trust t-shirt. 05 Pete says longevity equals stock. Correct. Alcohol doesn't say anything. He just says period. Alcohol likes to dance the dance of whether he gets sent to the train station. I love that Chris shirt idea. What's the future of Lazarus build? Lazarus is on hold for the time being only because we're really crazy busy. But Lazarus build is going to get done. It's just a matter of time. I know. We got to do what we can. Right now we have to put everything together to make maximum money. Once we make maximum money, we'll be able to actually start getting more crap done. So we're really trying to figure that out. What year is my cab over? Brenda Bailey asks. Which one? Lazarus, the Ford is 83. The 359, 352 Peterbilt, correction, is a 79, and Orwell is a 84. Grinding Gears' truck sitting in my shop. The Freightliner, I think that's an 83 as well, if I remember right. The one, do not ask again. What, oh, my cat, yeah, I already said that. What's your, is it not possible to clean your nails out? No, alcohol, it's not. Alcohol can talk to me tomorrow. Seeing a lot of old cab overs now for sale on Marketplace at $20,000 or less in drivable condition is the Constanza. It's all over the place with that. Carl Green, 13-speed in Orwell. No, 13-speed is now on the floor. There's nothing wrong with that 13-speed. It's just pulled out. Yeah, we're going to have to go with an 18-speed so I can split the bottom. That way I can actually take off when you're weighing a lot. So yeah, we're going to definitely get an 18-speed. We're going to get it new from Badger. I already got a price quote on that, so we're good to go there. Just in case, yeah, Orwell's a 13-speed. The factory's a 13-speed, but it's going to have to be made to an 18. So that's the thing. Hello, Steve and Jan. Excited to see the rebuild on Orwell. Best wishes from Norway.
I just read that.
What?
That's what I just read that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I sent alcohol to the train station. Listen, I have man hands. I work hard in the shop. My nails are terrible. Get over it, dude. There, that's my answer for alcohol.
Why is he so hyper-focused on your fucking nail?
Yeah, well, whatever. He's just a douchebag. What ethnicity is your last name? I'm Ukrainian. I know somebody once quit a name similar to yours. So yes, my father is Polish and Ukrainian. My grandmother's name was Polish, and Feszczak is the Ukrainian side. So yeah, my name is of Ukrainian descent. Take it out to 475 and never look back. Oh, we're talking about power for Orwell. How much power we have. Madeline Lord says, hey, Steve, besides Mats, do Carlisle, PA, All Truck National Show for a meet and greet. Maybe Tim and Crystal could go too. The problem is getting Tim and Crystal to go places because they're silly busy, and then coordinating all three together is very difficult to do. I suppose it's possible, but I can't commit to that as of right now. I mean, I don't have the luxury of having a truck right now to even be worthy to go. Everything's tore up except Black Dog, and Black Dog is by far not a show truck. It's a famous truck, but not a show truck. probably thinking about how I'm putting 13-speed and Black Dog out of Orwell. No, it's the wrong gear ratio. To drive the overdrives are way off. Yeah, it's different. Total transmission, everything's different. Roy Boyette says dirty hands mean clean money. Yeah, listen, I got screwed up nails. Get over it, okay? I'm a dude. I'm not sitting here getting a mani and petty, okay? We have names for guys like that.
We'll discuss
Well,
it.
you know it. Just leave it alone. I'm a man's man, all right? I got crappy nails, and look, the abuse on me is obvious. Leave it alone. Steve, you like me, and you have pushed and shoved anything from doing, brother. Keep getting advice. I'm not sure what you're talking about there, Kevin Hurley. Yep, I agree. He was teaching in Tim's video. After the run from Arizona, would need a drink too. What's going to happen with the Pete 352? I don't know yet. Anything can happen with that. Let's see what the future for Orwell is. If Orwell does really good as a 4-axle tractor, then we're building more 4-axle tractors. If not, then not. You just have to see. I'm calling you out, asking, we don't look for a house in Wisconsin area. If you consider moving the business further south, or you committed to the Midwest. Wish you luck on the purchase. I've considered Florida, but we don't truck through Florida a lot. But I don't know how much more I'm going to continue working with Widmeyer. I will always work with them in some capacity, but I don't know how much I will. So Florida might be a thing. I just say I've had a few bad experiences in the South. Florida is the South, I know, but it is enough. There's enough Italians in Florida to keep me to where I'm not the oddball down there. Let's just say I've gotten in a few scrapes in the Sweetwater, Tennessee area. I've gotten in a few scrapes in North Carolina. And yeah, so I tend to think that a guy like me is not welcome down there, and I guess I'm okay with that. I'm tired of getting, well, one of these days, one of these Southerners will actually hit their target. They keep missing. The only one they got was another Southerner, Jimmy. What are some of the pics on my wall? My son. You should know what these are from movies. There's a lot of family stuff back here. Both my sons, my grandparents, stuff like that, and one of me. Moved to Oklahoma. What? Moved to Tennessee.
What?
No, I thought of it, but I'm not so sure. I've had too many issues in Tennessee. Florida's the only place when you have to head north to be in the deep south. That's true, nobody special. But there's a lot of people like me live in Florida, so like I said. Steve, how do you like the Detroit compared to Orwell's cat? They're both engines, they go down the road. Just can pull one trailer and trains pull more trains car all at once. Yeah, but trucks go where they want. Trains go where the rail is. Yeah, Florida's an interesting thing, Brother Adam. It is. Milo Lords, I wouldn't move back to Pennsylvania if it paid me. PA turned into New Jersey West. It's terrible. You got too many crazies living in Pennsylvania. Leave it at that. Thomas Gentry says, you got the Italian mob looking for you? Are you a wanted person on the run? Yeah, with my own YouTube channel where everybody can find me. Yeah. No, I'm the people you run from. I'm not the people that run. So you love the videos, man. Tell Matt I said thanks for your service to our country. Absolutely, will do. What about Missouri? I don't know. I'm actually happy where I'm at. I hate the weather, but I'm happy where I'm at. Now, does that make any sense? Arkansas, that way you're in between Tim and Crystal.
Crystal lives right down the road, basically.
Crystal's like 30 minutes that way. Huh? Jersey is too expensive. Yes, it is, Tim Ivans. I ran out of there as quick as I could. Motocross girl shows up, says, hey, what up? Missouri weather sucks, I'll give you that. I got no problem with Missouri. It's just it's just more far away from what we do. Mark Ulrich says 18 speed of Orwell and put the 13 in Black Dog. No, you can't. The overdrives are way off. Way off. Won't work out. 2 years ago, my sister moved to Oshkosh. Her sons as well set up shop there, and they love it there. That's the Pats, the Pats, New York, the Pats, NY. I don't think it's the Patsney, but could be. Who knows? Yeah, it's not bad down in Oshkosh. My first place I had in Wisconsin was actually in Fond du Lac. That's funny when I think about it now. But yeah, no, we had. You pass Crystal Shop to get to Widmeyer's from leaving here. It's the Constanza. Yeah, that's what I'm told. True Blue Home Services. That's what I'm told. But you know, it might be a feast or famine situation. So it's good to have both trucks, right? I moved to Orlando from Wilkes-Barre, and the freight pays better and easier to get loads. Well, you're not deep into Florida, but again, when I decided I was going to stay in Wisconsin, it was based on being leased on with Widmeyer's, and after recent events, I'm a little soured with the whole thing. I got a very angry phone call because of 2 videos where I spoke about national events on my channel. I don't know how the news can speak on it, and nobody calls them and tells them to take your video down. I did, but I'm like, I think that's dumb. I mean, are corporate weenies that much a bunch of babies? So I don't know. There might be some repercussions coming my way on it too. I heard. I'm not really 100% on that. So if that's the deal, then maybe I need to make a move. It's not much, but here's to another course. I'm calling you out with a $9.99 super chat. Appreciate that, brother. Hey, look, if I'm looking to get my own authority and trust Tim and Crystal 100% with their advice, let's leave it at that. That's already big enough, okay? And asking me to move out of state's a whole nother thing. Rode to Harley today, now I'm having a bonfire and a German beer. It's Motocross Girl. I need to get my Harley out of the shop and ride. It's chilly up here. It was like, I don't know, 45, 50 today here.
I know, it's been chilly here.
Yeah, it's been chilly, but
it's supposed to be getting warmer.
Yeah. And then I found out I got to move my Impala. I might just start driving it. Like, just put tags on it and drive it now. Ballpark, yes. When do you think Orwell will be rolling again? As soon as possible. As soon as possible. I'm really, to be honest, I'm really hoping these videos with this big boat haul kick off real good, and all these videos is what's going to fund Orwell. Plus, plan is, as I heard last, not this week, but the following week, we're going to actually get started on Orwell and video the whole process. I could probably move it quicker, but I think the videos will be better next week rather than this week. Those that know. Put some leathers on and ride. Yeah, I just got home today, so didn't really have a chance. I know I'll be editing today and tomorrow. Well, Tracy Miller, I have the trailer that I have, the trailers that I have, and I own them outright. So for right now, that's what I'll have to run with is the trailers that I have, unless I rent trailers from somewhere else, which is a possibility. I already know the number on trailer rent, so I'm content with that. I can't wait to see the ultimate convoy, Orwell, Rooster, and Blueberry. Hello, Steve and Jen.
Hello.
Is that its actual name yet? I'm not so sure. I think there's a little bit of drama between the name of that truck. That's why I've just been calling it the Blue Truck, because there's a little bit of this or that as to what its name is.
What, Crystals?
Yeah, the blue. How many other blue trucks are there?
Well, didn't she call it Blueberry?
Yeah.
I like it.
Oh, you like Blueberry?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not sold on that.
I am.
Nah, I'm not. There's inside baseball there.
Oh.
I can't. Oh, yeah. Hang on. We gotta send someone else to the train station here. Amber, what's your point? In today's modern day of lawfare, you see how the cops are. I don't understand how the left hate cops, but they love when cops F with their political opponents. How can you say you hate you hate the cops, but love them when they put the jackboot on people you don't like? You know you're next, right? I mean, I don't know where you're getting at with that. So you should think a little bit. Just think. There's a lot of people I know sitting in jail that did the right thing, and I know a lot of people that aren't sitting in jail that should be that did the wrong thing. Okay, there's a lot of people that really should just be dirt napped, but they're not, and a lot of people sitting in jail that stepped up and took care of business and did the right thing, and are sitting in jail for it. I almost had to do that to make sure my kid got through to be a Marine. Think before you speak. Kevin Dallman says, "Hey Steve, good to see all the moves you're making. You still talk to Martin and Alice and trucking together?" I haven't spoke to him in a bit. I've been too busy to keep up with anybody's content. To be honest, I haven't even been able to edit my own, let alone watch anyone else's. I finally got caught up on Tim's stuff just this morning.
I think somebody sent you.
Carl Green with $20. Love the content. Not sure what GUTGW means, but appreciate that. Pennsylvania State Police. What am I seeing there? Why is it not? There it goes. Man, we all of a sudden got a bunch of comments quick, and I'm getting lost.
No, I can't keep up with them.
I know this thing is not working like it's supposed to be. Nah, whatever.
Why does he keep posting the same comment?
Thomas Gentry says, "You say in a straight from North Carolina, Sweetwater, Tennessee, obviously got people you're running from. Why are you trying to flip this on me?" I don't run from anyone or anything, Thomas Gentry. I don't know who you are. I don't run from anyone or anything. You got the wrong person, dude. Trust me in that. It's the Constanza says, thinking about getting an Orwell
hold on a
tattoo.
minute. Now, Carl Green says KUTGW.
Keep up the good work.
Work.
Dude, I'm too old for that. My kids text me that crap. I'm like, yo, write English, man. Yeah, he's getting ready to go to the train station. He keeps that crap up. He's out of here.
Who now?
Nick C. Switchblade Turbo for Orwell. You know, we actually had a conversation over this week. If you have an aftermarket turbo and it blows up on the road, where do you get a replacement? Where you can just go to Caterpillar and just go get one, right? Can I love your baby?
Yeah, George just.
I don't care if he's related to Tim or not, is the Constanza. If you're related to Tim, you get ready to get sent to the
that.
I don't care. It's a common name, okay? I don't care if he's related or not. If he's related and he wants to show up and talk crap, let him come over and talk crap. So you know.
Don't show up here.
You won't show. Listen, nobody walks up to me and talks crap. If they do, whatever. I'm just not made for that, and they know it. Thomas is going to get a trip to the train station. He's about ready to. I hear that.
I'm surprised you didn't.
I hear that whistle. Woo woo! Like
Oh, you gotta get a train whistle.
Woo woo! FAFO trucking. That's right. It's the Constanza. FAFO. Oh man.
Somebody else.
Motocross girl says, "Love you, Steve and Jen."
Love you too. George Mitchell sent you some.
Nick C says, "Fair point. Jeff Anderson, Jay Paydirt has them on several of his Caterpillar engines." He's reached out to me a couple times. I never actually talked to him. I've seen him on my comments every now and again about that. Like I said, the problem is if you puke something else on the road, what do? Like, you got to get parts available quickly. And everybody's selling aftermarket parts, but who makes the best aftermarket parts? You know, it's like the APU thing. You know, like I stand with Green APU, but they're a Rockstar Solid company. I've never had an issue with them, and they're easy to repair if they do have a problem. So, I don't really, I don't know. I just don't know who makes a quality aftermarket part that you can reliably get components for if you break down. That's the thing. That's part of it. Oh, someone gave him a little timeout. I must have missed it. I got mods here to handle that.
So George Mitchell.
Have I met Super Trucker Dan? No, I have not ever met Super Trucker Dan. To be honest, I'm not even sure if he even knows who the heck I am. Can you name your authority FAFO Trucking? That would be funny, but no. It's going to be named the same as my LLC, which won't be FSC Trucking, which sucks. But there's reasons why I'm not going that route. We'll talk about that as the time goes on. But yeah, it'll say FSC Trucking on the truck, but it's not going to, the official name won't be FSC Trucking.
So George Mitchell sends $10.
Somebody, yeah,
Did you read that?
I must have missed that. What do you write?
It says, thank you for your service, Steve.
Oh, yes, thank you for the $10, and yes, thank you for thanking me for my service. I just fixed airplanes. A lot of people did a lot more than me. FAFO Trucking has already been taken by a friend of mine. There you go. Check out Black Dog on my channel. I made a version of your truck on American Truck Simulator. I've got a bunch of pictures of Black Dog on that game. Unknown Vengeance, thoughts on 3406C. It's an upgrade to that. I can understand if it's more expensive than your current plan. Yeah, I don't have one. So the one I have is the one I got. I don't know if there's a difference between the blocks, between the C's and the B's. I know there was a difference in the pump, and that's all I really know. I don't know a lot of it. The CL truck 809, why is Black Dog 810? 809 was unavailable through Widmeyer Fleet, so it had to be 810. Don't know why.
That's okay.
But it was. Lease your truck to a company. If you ever get sued, it will help you tremendously. I'm already leased onto a company now. It's not exactly helping me in the current situation. It's actually hindering me at this point, which is something that both Tim and Crystal have made clear to me, and this week has made it even more clear because of a phone call I got having me pull down videos because I spoke about stuff that was on the freaking news. I'm not happy about that. I ain't gonna pretend I am. I'm calling you out, so I say keep putting as much money into Orwell as you have to. Keep that rig running for 20 more years if it means you don't have to put in an ELD. Plus, she's FSC DOT says you can't post FSC Trucking on your truck and have many different companies registered with FMCSA. That's illegal, Steve. Well, I can put my YouTube channel name on my truck if I want to. But that's not it would not be its motor carrier name. But yeah, I could put my YouTube channel on my truck if I want to. Doesn't say operated by FSC Trucking, does it? Name it Orwell Transport. It's not a bad idea, Tracy Miller. I don't know if it's... No, I'm not. I'd have to... Listen, I already have an LLC, obviously. Actually, yeah, so I have... two, but the trucking company one, I'll just run with that. We'll deal with that in the future. Not giving it up, but it should be kind of obvious. As meaning when you get your own authority. Sorry, probably should have put that in the last comment. That's all right, Jacob. We get it. See, it was a mix of both B and E parts. Best of both. No, not even close. The block maybe, but the pump, no, totally different. What in the heck are we talking about here? Space Ghost. There's no saying you can't fix stupid. No, I don't think it's stupid. I think it's just not knowing what's what. Since when the companies make your personal life and opinions their problem? Well, when you're contracted to companies, it kind of becomes yours. Why would the name become something other than FSC Trucking? Because that's not my LLC's name. That's why. There are actually other FSC Trucking companies out there. There are two of them that I know of. No, it's not YouTube's Charles Nadeau. let's just say I'm leased on with Widmeyer Express, and they have contracts with larger corporations that make things within a 100-mile radius of me. And they got mad, not Widmeyer, the company that we were pulling for got mad that I spoke about while making a delivery about current events that happened at that place at the time. Apparently it almost happened again, and that's probably why they got all pissy. So I'm speaking in code, but it's not very hard to figure out what I'm speaking on. So if you deliver something to a place where something bad happened and talk about it, and then it almost happens again, I guess they get mad about it, even though it was all over the news. Corporate, go figure. Jason versus Steve, not directed at you. It was for people on here that are saying crap. No, I know, Jason. You're cool. Jason P, can you name it? Can you name it like brother did name yours, like Steven's Sons Trucking, my brother? No, because it's not Steven's Sons. My sons don't have anything to do with my business. I'm sorry about mentioning LLC stuff. You're good. Don't worry about it, Tracy Miller. You're good. I'm over it. FSC DOT is permanently in the train station. Have a nice day. And as always, have a nice day.
Gotta get a clip of that.
I need that. Where's that sticker? Where's that sticker I bought you? Did you ever put it up?
No, because
You
I was
packed
saving
it?
it to when we moved.
You packed it?
Yeah.
Damn!
It's probably in this box that you have that.
Yeah. I bought Jen a sticker. It's a picture of Rip with the hat with the glasses. It says, take him to the train station. I bought that for Jen. Me and Jen were huge, huge.
Yellowstone.
Oh, I forgot. Up there, that was Crystal's nickname with the shop in Arizona.
Beth?
Huh?
Beth?
Yellowstone.
Oh.
Because of the black dually.
Oh, okay.
She kind of looks like
okay.
her. She kind of looks like her. She's shaped like her, driving a big ass dually. Yeah, the shop up there was just calling her Yellowstone. Oh, there's Gentry and Sons. What's going on? Just seeing you a little bit ago. Tim, I don't know what. Tim, have you been watching this or not? Cause I'll speak on it with you live on the thing, but I don't know how much you've been watching. I need I'm the manager shirt. Ben Wilkinson says. Yeah, that kind of died on the vine. But a lot of old timers know what we're speaking on there. A lot of people saying hi to Tim and me. Producer K, dang, I just got for a family event. Tim says hi, everyone. Harley to die for says Tim needs to buy his wife a new purse. Mr. Clean and Yukon Cornelius, Mr. Clean. Wow. Oh. Yeah, I don't know if you're breaking my stones, but that would make a badass shirt for me and Chris.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he was busting my chops. He might be. But dude, if you are a hater, I'm just going to take that hate, make a shirt out of it, make a lot of money. F it. That's awesome. Clarence says, hi, Steve. His name is Clarence. That's why it says Clarence, right? Has Truck Stop Food gotten any better out there? You're funny. Yeah, sure. I wonder if new seat is in Orwell's future with the overhaul. Yeah, hopefully. Everyone's saying hi to Tim still. Good morning, Steve and Tim from North Dakota. Love the collab. Can't wait to see new videos. If Tim wants a new weight suspension, I have a donor truck for him. Damn it, Steve. Share that Jack Daniels. No. So we're all going to get new fenders now. Black Dog we're working on getting fenders from Black Dog. Motocross Girl 18 said, I sent you a friend request on Facebook. I thought I already approved that. Clarence says, Steve, I love Peterbilt trucks. Oh, we love them here too. This is both for Tim and Steve. Never delete trolls and haters. Let them comment as much as they want because other people will debate with them. Algorithm loves them when comments are hot.
Might have an idea there.
He's got a point, but then
yeah,
it's
some get really nasty.
Some get real nasty with it. So someone says hi to Crystal. I don't know if she's still watching. She commented once and then disappeared. Tim Ivan says hi to Crystal. I mean, she wants to comment that I missed it. Bing, there's my phone go off again.
Probably.
Why did he message me while I'm on here? You know I'm on here. You watch it. Did Pete ever build a flat floor cab over? I do not know. Couldn't tell you. Oh. I missed it. Crystal did say hi.
Well, just keep flooding in, I guess.
Blam, blam. All right. So now it's official. Crystal has a wrench. She's got the authority to send your ass to the train station. Get mean. Get. Or get gone, either one. Train station go out of business without Steve. Shoot. Damn right. Train horn for Orwell. Not only do I need a train horn for Orwell, I need the bell. You know, the bell when you get close to people? I need the bell. Peterbilt sponsorship, you got like 4 of them, imagine. Parts might get easier. No, we're working with... Grinding Gears is on here too. I wouldn't send you to the train station. Matter of fact, we got to speak about your cab over. Chris gave it a good look over. You got problems. We can handle it. But that cab over's got a little more trouble than you probably thought, but we'll get there. Peg says, is Crystal here? Says, hi, girl. Yeah, Crystal's in her own, in her channel name, Miller Transport. The bell, you need the conductor hat. Yeah, I do. I need a conductor hat, too. I think I sent you a link to the train horn. Yeah, I don't need a train horn. I want the bell. I need both.
You need both.
Yep. Freightliner International are the only 2 that did. Oh, the flat floors. Yeah, probably. I don't know that much about them. You got to bear in mind, these trucks were phasing out by the time I had started in the trucking industry, so most cab overs are pretty old for me, compared to me. Grinding Gears is the crying emoji. Yeah. Yes, on a note of Yellowstone, have you seen 1883 and 1923? Yes, and I hate that they ended them all. I kind of thought it was sad the way 1923 ends. That was sad. That made me sad, actually. Quite sad. 1883, I felt they could have taken that a little further. And the way they ended Yellowstone infuriated me.
It was terrible.
It was terrible.
Absolutely terrible.
It was absolutely terrible. I hated it. You need a train bell with a train whistle. Yes.
Told you need both.
I do. I need both.
Somebody said they
Mr. Magoo, the more stuff that's made here, the better off I do. Facts. Did you get a CB for Black Dog? Yeah, it's actually sitting in the back of my dually heading home as we speak. No, my dually is... No, that's Crystal's dually. My radio is in Crystal's dually heading home as we speak. I'm calling you out. So, Steve, what truck inspired you most at the truck show? Something you might have seen on the truck you feel like you just have to have. I can't say. I can't say. Because it's the truck that I want to build. Yes, Justin K. Crystal does have a YouTube channel. It's Search Miller Transport WI. I think that's how you find it easy. But yeah, that's her channel. Right now, there's only one short on there right now. And as soon as she gets me some footage that she filmed that I don't have with me, I'm gonna get her first video done and out to her so she can upload it on there. Somebody find a link to Crystal's thing, and actually I could do it. I got my computer here. I'm gonna stand by. I'll find it. I'll post a link here. Give me a minute.
I'm getting hungry.
Huh?
So I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, me too a little bit. I could be on here forever. My problem is I enjoy these lives too much.
I know you do. That's why
I do.
I should have ate first.
Yeah, why is that?
Because I knew that sometimes this could end into a 5-hour ordeal.
No. Yeah, she's got 2,500 subscribers. That short she's got 12,000 views. Not bad.
I mean, I can eat now, and you can just keep talking, and then you can eat when you're done.
Can. Could always just give it to me here.
I could.
Yeah, I just eat. I can be rude and eat doing a lot. Like I've never done that. There you go. Oh, motocross girl nailed it already. All right, there you go. Oh, Stevie, moving new spot, new shop. What's going on? Yeah, when we get, provided everything works good with the house, we're going to be building a shop on that property. Producer, no, Jen doesn't want to be on camera today.
Nah, not today. I mean, I'm getting ready to walk past. What do you want?
They want to see you on camera. And my salad.
Oh. I can't see me.
Right there.
I can only see part of me.
Yeah, well, I have to move the screen up so that way I can see the whole chat screen.
There I am.
There you are. Thank you.
Welcome. Oh, here.
Yeah, there you go.
Probably need that.
Yup. Grinding Gears says we just announced sponsors for the cab overbuild, so we're good to go. Awesome, hell yeah. Because there's a lot of work to be done. But we'll get it done. There's just more than Chris found more stuff, because that's what he does. But he just found more stuff on it than we initially thought. But that's all right. We can fix anything. Who was that? Jay Padrone says salute from Miami. Awesome. Yeah, so we got everybody on here. Got Timmy on here, Crystal on here, Shimon on here.
There's a lot of people in there.
No Klondike cone. That's my son Matthew. I was Air Force. Matthew's a Marine. Jenna, I'm walking past. Do what you do. Sounded like my stepmother. That's Edmund. Edmund said that. Lonzo Trucking. That must be the same person with a different name. No, it's called busy. We're working like 12, 14, 15-hour days for like 2 weeks straight. You know, taking apart 2 boats and hauling one. I mean, you know, hello, we were crazy busy. Clayton Duvall says, I'm here too. Gentry and Sons Truckers, we have been busy working 15 to 18-hour days. Some of them days were 18 hours. Go back to the boat, take a nap, get back up, get rolling. Some of them days didn't even give me time to eat breakfast or even make it. One day I made breakfast. Matter of fact, it was the day we rolled out. We were waiting on permits, making breakfast. Next thing you know, Crystal comes rolling up. All right, time to go. It's a good thing I had breakfast already made. We literally ate while we were packing. If Crystal didn't work her magic, we'd still be sitting down there waiting. That woman knows her stuff, let me tell you. I was impressed. And When are we releasing the yacht videos, Carl Green? I think the first one will probably come out Tuesday. I'm thinking, and then on from there. So, did you ever find a light bar for Black Dog? No, never got one yet. I gotta deal with that coming up here soon, probably. Thank you for your service, Steve, and tell Matt the same. I will do, Tim Ivins. RC says, Ben, yep, Chris just looked at it and it worked. People, Grinding Gears says, people don't understand the struggle of editing. Listen, each video takes me 3 to 4 hours to do, and that's a normal video. The video I'm working on right now, I've been working on it all day, and I'm only 3/4 of the way done. And I started it this morning. Lonzo Trucking, I break laws every day I wake up. Just simply by waking up, I think. And you're at the train station, so I ain't gonna hear from your ass no more. You probably just gonna open up another troll account.
What a weirdo.
Witch Doctor says, am I shadow banned? No, I'm reading your crap right now. Crap, sorry. No, you're not. Gene says, hello, Steve. Thinking when Orwell is up and running again, it's Orwell 2.0, I guess. Chris and you are going to turn your attention to be able to turn your other cab over work. Do whatever we got to do to make the most amount of money as fast as possible. Wheelholder said, I hate hauling tomatoes from Immokalee, Florida to Toronto, Canada in 22 hours. If you were late, the load was rejected. Yeah, how's that even a thing? Jimmy says, hi, Steve from Maine. Timothy Mutterspaw says, whose video will air first, Tim's, yours, or Crystal's? Tim's still working on the boat that he brought out towards this way before we went to Arizona. He's got that to do. Crystal has to get me some footage that I'm missing to be able to get hers done. Hers can drop at any time. I was personally trying to get her the first bite at the apple because that way her channel will grow a little faster. But mine's dropping 6 p.m. tomorrow regardless.
Are you ready?
Gluttonite says, Bushmill is my favorite Irish whiskey.
Good choice.
Good choice.
Good taste.
Jen says, good taste. Sean Kaminsky says, I was born on a Marine base. Dave B, I have no idea how many miles are on Orwell. There is no way of understanding that. Constar261 said, I thought permit officers work like sloths unless you grease the right gears. Unless Crystal calls you, and then crap gets done. I saw that personally. I was quite astonished.
How you gonna eat this over there?
I don't know. Got to arm wrestle Steve to work for him. No, you don't. Actually, the funniest time I had arm wrestling, I was in the last place on planet Earth you'd ever think you'd find me.
Right now I'm gonna eat. I said I'm gonna eat now. Here's your food.
Oh, okay.
Just let me know when you want it.
RC, she just might. She just might. She says Crystal has more cojones than the both of you combined. She's got guts. I'll just leave it at that. Tim will tell you. You learn a lot about somebody when you work with them long enough, that's for sure. Carl Ben said, Mama said time to eat. That's not what she said. She said dinner's done. I'm eating now.
Somebody sent me $20. I don't know if you read
Darren says, hey Steve, here from Newfoundland, Canada. I wear my Orwell t-shirt proudly. Well, we got more coming. We got a Black Dog shirt. We got a Save the Cat shirt. Save the Cat. I saved that cat.
Leave it at that.
And leave it at that. Wow, you're rhyming, babe. You're doing real good with that. The permit office needs a truck driver to do the routes. Yeah, you think? They sent us down some roads that are longer. No, Black Dog is not getting stretched, at least as of yet. I said that with Orwell once too, and now look. Orwell would look sweet with a paint job. Let's see how the videos do.
Orwell looks sweet the way he is.
Witch Doctor says the cat on my lap, his name is Henry or Harry. Why does that remind me of that stupid commercial? That that Geico, right? No, Progressive. With the rabbit's foot.
No.
John Keeler is a collaboration of 3 channels going to continue. Every time it must. And I think it worked out good. I mean, the job got done. I mean, there was struggles, but it got done. Set this here.
Want your food?
In a minute. I kind of feel bad eating in front of anybody like that. See, I think somebody made Orwell paint skin in American Truck Simulator. Might have to look at it. What's for dinner, LOL? Mylan asks. Won't Black Dog be long enough now? Black Dog's just got to go down the road and make money. That's the idea with Black Dog right now. Put smaller tanks on it. Why? What's my CB handle? Cue ball. When I was driving routes was a joke. Yeah. Tony Soprano, make sure you eat some of that gabagool tonight. I don't have any. Can you even get that here?
I don't know.
I've never seen it. Not here.
No, you probably spray it in New Jersey.
You probably gotta go home for that.
Yeah.
We family eat, drink, be merry. Have you got an idea of going for another trailer since you're going to the drop axle? Yeah, bigger. I'm not driving around the business. Why do you not finish the Freightliner, put it on the road, use money, help fund the cab over Peterbilt? There's a lot more to it than that. Witch Doctor. It says my CB handle is Witch Doctor. Got it. Somebody else named Clarence told me his name is Clarence. Hi, my name is Steve. Gentry and Sons just rolled into Sweetwater. Hell yeah. Alrighty.
You just getting home?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know what time he left, but Black Dog stretch would be sweet. What would the purpose be to that? Mrs. Gentry will be happy, Jacob Bacchus said. Glad you're home safe, Tim. That's Danny Burris. Semper Fortress says, get some rest, Tim. John Merchland said, save Orwell. Well, we're trying. One thing at a time. Get some rest. Jason Murphy says that. Black Dog looks good the way he is. Black Dog needs some work. Don't get me wrong, in the looks department, but I'm not stretching the truck for the looks. When are you going to take the side-by-sides out for another summer rip? If I didn't have to edit tomorrow. But I have to edit, so no. Somebody just talked about that going to West Virginia, and I'm like, man.
Mm-hmm.
Steve, how's things in Wisconsin? Did you get that yacht moved? Yes-ish. So ultimately, when it came to that video series, it's gonna be a badass. Carl Benj, we do not discuss him here. He does not exist here. And you never will. So I removed your comment, but you're not banned or nothing. But we don't discuss that here. How many trucks do Orwell Original Company have? I have no idea, James Hart. Leadfoot says, ouch. I don't know why. Is Orwell going to get same new paint job? Money dependent, guys. Come on. New engine, new frame, everything. Carl Benz, you're good. Don't worry about it. He works for me. I don't work for him. Get a black sticker. Get a black sticker or decal for your truck. I could, yeah. I absolutely love the 50 Series Detroit. We'll ever get straight pipe, Steve. That's the plan. I worked Black Dog on the appearance-wise. It's part of why I got a meeting, hopefully Monday. They told me to call him as soon as I get back. No, I got sent to the train station, Ronald. Relax. Or at least not, he didn't anyway. He's a mod. He just doesn't know that. Yeah, no, we got I'm trying to set up a meeting either Monday or most likely Monday. He told me, yeah, just let him know when I get back. But yeah, we're definitely back. Been a long time viewer since you broke the clutch cable. Happy for your channel. Everything's going good now. Thanks for the videos. I appreciate that. That's RC. Yeah, you've been around a while, RC. Constar, I have no idea. I haven't spoken to them in quite a long time, and I don't see that changing. Matthew actually called my mother the other day. She didn't answer and didn't call him back. So mom's on so many medications, she doesn't give a rip. And that's because my sister keeps her medicated and not giving a care about anything. Look, it's a bust out. Clearly my sister's just milking them for the money, in my opinion, and that's just the way it's going to be. So my dad's on enough cancer medication to keep him not knowing what planet he's on. My mother's on enough antidepressants to not give a care who's taking them down, if they're even alive. And honestly, I don't think me or my sons would even be told if they passed away. That's my payment for taking care of business for them. Yeah, it is. Sorry, Carl Benz. What are you gonna do? Mom told me to. Mom asked me. One of the last things she asked me was to sit on my hands. She doesn't want nothing happening to her daughter. So
We got caught.
I guess I'll follow her wishes. Yeah, Red Wolf. It is what it is, though. I have a good bunch of people around me. Listen, if you're not good to me, you're out. It's really that simple. That's why I did what I did. That's why I stuck it out. And a couple of days was turned into 2 weeks down there collectively, and I set out to move a boat with Gentry and Crystal, and I did exactly that. And it was a challenge. Believe me, it was a challenge. It was a challenge to be away from the business for so long, being, here, the shop, everything. But I set out to do a job, and I got the job done. We all did, all three of us. And it hurt. It hurt everybody. Everybody spent longer than they planned on it. A lot longer. And it hurt everybody in its own way. But it made us good, too. So we got the job done. We accomplished what we set out to do, and that was what was important. What's the second gear stick in Crystal's blue truck? That is for a 4-speed auxiliary. So the regular shifter works at standard 18 speed. Behind that is another gearbox that is an auxiliary transmission as well. That's another 4-speed. So it's two separate transmissions, basically. Good woman behind you helps. Have mine for 42 years. Absolute facts. Absolute facts. No good being estranged from family. I didn't have a choice.
We didn't estrange ourselves.
We didn't estrange ourselves. They estranged themselves from me. Actually, they threw me out because I was too effective in what I do. And now my parents live in my sister's incompetence.
Mm-hmm.
How do you go from having
Smart move.
They both had these beautiful homes in Jersey, a little bit of property, nice beautiful homes. Now they live in the ass end of the West Texas desert in mobile homes with no money, rapidly depleting. I know for a fact my father pays my sister's bills because one of the last things he was talking about prior to him getting real sick was him bitching at me about how much money he had to lay out to help my sister out every month. But she got enough money to give 10% to that cult.
And then she can't
afford to pay her bills, and it comes to my dad. But she kicks off 10% to that cult. And then change cults. Go figure that one out. And my mom, one sister, I talk anymore, I leave the rest behind me. I'm better off for it now. Yeah, you just gotta hack toxic people out of your world, man. That's just the way it goes. And if it's your own, then it's your own. Whatever, man. They used to say blood's thicker than water. Nah, man. If Tim Gentry called me and says, hey, I need help, or my sister called me and says, hey, I need help, I wouldn't even answer my sister's phone call. But Tim, Crystal, another friend of mine down south of here, people like that, I'm the seven digit answer to your problems. But if my mom called me for help nowadays, I honestly, I don't even think if I would trust it was my mother calling me. Yes, grinding gears. Our circle gets smaller every day. That's true. The thing with me is loyalty. Even if I screw up on something, I'm still gonna be loyal to people that are good to me. I learned that a lot. I tell you what though, if nothing else, I learned a lot about people. I learned a lot about, well, let's just say this. For 2 weeks, I learned a lot about Crystal. I learned a lot about Timmy. And I learned a lot about me. I even learned a lot about Jen. And important lessons. But I learned a lot about myself, too. Blood is not always family. It's bigger. Well, if you're in tight with me, you're basically family. I got family I got no part of, and I got friends that are actually family. It's confusing. You get what I'm saying, though. Family isn't always blood related. That's right, Grady L. Evans. Facts.
Can't pick your family.
Yes, Darren, I have a lot of people pulling for me, and Crystal and Tim both made that rock star solid clear. We were up in Page. We were up in Lake Powell, where we were. Who said that? I forgot. Oh yeah, Anthony Elbert. Out for fun with Dan. Have you ever watched Lucky Banana heavy haul videos on YouTube? Never heard of them. YouTube channel and subscribers is a family. Think about it. Grinding gears. Whoever sits at our dinner table is fam. Absolutely. And it's not many people. Man, I'm jealous of them, man, because their kids are still little. I miss.
I know. I see little.
I know.
Grandparents with their grandbabies and.
Yeah. Well, they're younger. They got little kids, and I miss when my boys were small.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Do you want this now or no?
Joseph, he asked about t-shirts. I have. Yeah, please. I've got to get that fixed up. We ran out of some things, and some things we just got to just get in there and send out. But most stuff we ran out of. But we will. If yours is one that we haven't done, we'll make it right here coming up real soon. Like I said, I was gone and no one was here helping it. Jen started a new job and it absolutely messed. It wasn't good. It was absolutely terrible. Baby Yoda is family.
He is.
He is. He's over there on the couch. You lose people along the way. Yes, you do. But yeah, Jen wasn't here to handle it, and I wasn't here to handle it, and it all got messed up, and that's going to change real quick. Hopefully next week. Our Baby Yoda guy, Groggy, with his AMG. He's way too close. Can you see him?
Yeah, I can see him.
He's got his AMG shirt on. Red Wolf says Steve, Tim, and Crystal make a badass team. Hell yeah. I was impressed. Victor Norval says, I watched Tim Gentry and I wish I had you and Tim Gentry and I wish I had to drive you guys do. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard. I've been falling and slipping a bit here, and I've had to use this trip as a motivational tool to re-energize and regroup and basically just figure myself out a little bit better than I did. Lucky Banana Heavy Haul with Fred the Dog. Great channel. That's Greg Spivey. Man, Gregory Spivey, how long have you been watching my channel? Man, you're here all the time. See him in the comments a lot. Michael Willingham says, how can I get in touch? fsctruckshop@gmail.com. That's an easy way. You can slide that. Slide that way. All righty. I know I'm enjoying the live too much. I guess I'll eat my dinner while doing the live. Sorry, guys. I wish Tim Gentry showed more of the truck going through the gears like Steve does. Steve was just epic at filming. I appreciate that there, old dude. Thanks. Everybody's got their own way of filming. That's the thing. Like I promised Crystal I'd make her first bunch of videos from this trip, but she's going to have to eventually do her own. And you're going to know, there's no way to hide the way I do my videos that her video, her first few will be done by me, but she'll get it figured. I mean, look at her short. She did her own short. Very different from many of my shorts. Vic 301 says, I knew that salad wasn't it. Gregory Spivey says, from your first video, Steve, we're both train fans. Hell yeah. Semper Fortner asks, what video editor do I use? I use Adobe Premiere Pro. This is the setup I use. Don Carpenter says your camera angles and narration are always spot on. I try. Believe me, just wait till these bunch of videos come out of the haul. I was running 7 cameras deep. I don't even own 7 cameras. Crystal came out of her truck with 2 more cameras, like here, cameras, batteries. So that's the thing, we were basically sharing cameras too. It got so bad when I flew home, I had to buy Crystal more SD cards because I took hers. And she wanted to do some filming this week for herself. So I took her SD cards and bought her replacement ones so I could have the content here to work with it. Steve, your funniest moment was when the dually got stuck in Florida. That was pretty badass. Keith Catlier says, I would work for you or Tim or Miller any day. Grady Evans says, I watched all your and Tim videos. Just don't see much. Retired, disabled, Class A. I hate to hear that, man. I hope you did well with that. Really?
Mm-hmm.
It's funny, that radio went off as soon as I walked out the door. Oh, yeah. You know what that just looked like? You ever see Goodfellas when Paulie walks out the door and everybody hushes up? Paulie don't say nothing. He just puts a cigar in his mouth and walks back inside. That just happened. One of my neighbors showed up, the radio cranked. I looked out the door and music went off. That's another reason why we're moving. This place is beat. It's an apartment, guys. It is what it is. Grinding gears, I'm struggling with 5 cameras. Yeah, it's rough. Grinding gears, I just bought an Insta 360 to try something new. Crystal bought a 360, but I don't know how to use it. She was actually getting pretty excited about the whole trip. So she texted me, asked me to send her like an Amazon list of different cameras and stuff that I have. and she just spent a boatload of money on camera equipment, like in one drop. Matter of fact, in the video when I was talking about old two-stroker, oh, that was funny. I gotta tell that story. So if you've seen the previous video, Crystal's trying to cut with a knife, and then blam, it cuts, like nicks my arm, or just hits me with it. Don't cut me, but hit me with it. I'm like, ooh. It was funny because I was just watching one of the old two-stroker stuff, and I couldn't remember the saying he used, which is cut towards your buddy, not towards your body. And so we decided to give old two-stroker a little comment with that, right? So then I released the video, and he texted me like immediately. He was like, "Dude, seriously? That's a hell of a shout out. Appreciate that." So I told Jen, I says, "Yeah, I got shirts for everybody from old two-stroker because of that. So once they get here, I'll get them sent out." If you're friends with Casey Liddell, he's gotten really good with 360 camera. Old two-stroker did cut his finger 2 videos ago, LOL. Yeah. That's right, here comes the Tim haters. We got mods. Matter of fact, here. Gregory Spivey, you've been here forever. You should have got a wrench a long time ago. Sorry about that. Now you got one. Maybe you could ask Casey about them. I don't even think Casey Liddell even knows who the hell I even am. I'd be surprised if he was. Nope. Jacob Bacchus, train station is never fully booked. There might be limited space on the train, but there ain't no limited space at the station. Will y'all give Grinding Gears and Miller Transport a like? Absolutely. Somebody needs to go over there and check their stuff out. Sorry, guys. Don't being rude. Eating. I'll keep working here.
But dinner was ready hours ago.
Dinner was, well, Jen made it in a slow cooker.
Yeah, but it stays warm for like 4 hours
Yeah.
afterwards.
That's right.
I was getting
He
hungry.
does. I have talked about your to him. Oh, Chad Boring. Oh, you're talking about Casey Liddell. What are you eating besides steak? Potatoes. Jen gets these little potatoes. They come out of a can, I'm not going to lie. But they're pretty damn good. And she slow cooks it with the roast in there, and that's all it is. The roast and the potatoes. And let me tell you, it is good. Grinding Gears, she got me here nervous about cab over repairs. Sorry, man. Don't talk about it when I get off of here. He called me or texted me while I was in Arizona. Was too busy really to get in anything with anybody. But yeah, he's got a sponsorship deal we're working on at cab over, so that's why I brought it up here so we can get the work done. And he's got a pretty good deal going with that, so we're actually gonna be able to get on that here pretty reasonably quick here. Peg says, I'm hungry now. Do you like Spotted Cow beer? I don't think I've ever had it, to be honest. Maybe a sip or two. I don't think I've ever have. Food looks good. Yeah, Jen cooked this. Oh, I forget when she turned it on, but yeah. We eat good here, obviously. Man, you're making me hungry. Sorry about that. I'll finish up and I'll get back on here like more normal. So does anybody want to know? Let me do like that because I really don't know what I want to specifically speak on. So I'd rather, I guess, just ask questions. Or answer questions, I mean. Can you food X a plate? What does that mean? Try Jack Daniel's apple with Mountain Dew. Ew, no. Tracy Miller, is Crystal's last name Miller? Yes. That's the Miller of Miller Transport, yes. All right, there's her YouTube channel. Talk about grinding gears cab over issues. That's up to him if he wants me to talk about that. Will ever stretch Black Dog? Not just for the look, but if Orwell does really well with 4 axles, then we'll probably start looking into other trucks for 4 axles. How are you liking the 60 series and Black Dog? Don't know how much experience you have with them. It's the first one I've ever owned, but it's doing good. It's doing good. Steve, what's the time frame to finish Orwell? As fast as possible. Jacob Smith, yes, I do have Orwell's frame rails. Thanks to Crystal. And they're in my shop right now. Yes. Yeah, I don't know if she's still on here or not. I don't know if she wants to talk about that or not. But thanks to her, I do have the rails for Orwell. They're on my floor as we speak right now. Actually, they're on my double drop trailer still. I haven't taken them off the trailer. Chris has been working on that trailer a lot. And we have to unload them, which needs the forklift because they're too damn heavy. Me and Chris are not picking these things up. Jeff Martin, I gotta ask, why do you do that to my name? He does that every video. Spells my name S-T-A-V-E. Everybody calls him out on it. I just wonder why do you do that?
He's writing it in an accent or something.
He doesn't like, yeah.
Save.
I don't get why. I just figured I'd ask him if he's on there. I'm like, why does he do that? Everybody busts his chops about it, but he ain't no hater. You know?
Just letting everybody know he's in the house.
That's the way he does it. Oh, Michael Adams says, thank you, Crystal. Meaning the frame rails. Yeah, I don't. Yes! Yes! David Knight says, quote, Paulie might have moved slow, but it was only because Paulie doesn't have to move for anyone. Straight from the movie. Yes!
That's pretty awesome. So that's your favorite comment of the night.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. That's the favorite comment of the night for sure. That's one of my favorite movies. I'm sorry. Gary says, Krista really knows her stuff. She has a beautiful truck. Absolute facts. Knows her stuff. There's so much more than we filmed. There's so much more than we filmed. And it's one of those things, it's just like, I don't know how people do it. Going to look very different with Orwell longer. Yeah, that's for sure. Steve, I agree with you at the ending of Yellowstone. Yeah.
And the 1923 one, that kind of stunk too, didn't it?
Yeah, Josh Van Holten says, saw the Millers at Waupun Truck Show a couple years ago. Had a beautiful 352, led the parade. Yeah, she told me about that truck. She sold it. I've seen it around, but yeah, she told me she sold it. Clarence says, I watched trucking movies, Convoy, Black Dog, White Line Fever. Greg Spivey, thank you, Steve. Just an old over-the-road driver from back in the 70s. Retired now. I'm in love with Chris' wife's car. The Durango or the SSR? Carl Ben says, yes, Crystal built that blue truck from the frame up. Yeah, on my one video from Max, I went through the photo book she had of how that truck started from literally nothing to the truck it is today. But yeah, she drilled every damn hole in that frame. That was part of talking me into the whole thing with Orwell. Was telling me how she did it and sent me a few videos and pictures of things, and that's how she talked me into it, by actually showing it to me. Rebel Sons Hauling says, watching you and Gentry, I've learned a lot about the trucking area. John Merchland says, funny, how? Do I amuse you? Tim Ivan says, love the Doolies. David Knight says, Convoy is a great trucking movie also. No, I never saw Steel Cowboy. Or maybe I did. Is that the Australian one? Gotta make sure I clean my plate here. Thank you, baby.
Welcome.
There you go. Silent Thunder, a good trucking movie. I didn't see that one either. Just bought Rebel and Sons Hauling. I just bought my first semi, a 1975 cab over. Which one? Steve, when you do the 4X, you need to put lockers on your rears. It'll definitely help. When I had my heavy haul truck, I had a 359 Peterbilt. I had to put lockers on it. Will definitely be handy. Consider that when I have to redo the rears. Right now, we need to just get it going. Must have been good, Jen. He cleaned the plate. Jen always makes food that I like.
Aww.
She makes,
split chicken breast tomorrow.
ooh, yummy.
And they're huge.
Oh, yeah.
I need to probably take them out now.
Oh, you're frozen now?
Well, yeah. I bought them like last week.
I love the Western Star and Steel Cowboy. This 927 Gel says that. RC says, original Transformers movie was kind of a trucking movie.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, but the Peterbilt, the original Optimus Prime Peterbilt in the movie was actually a badass truck. They totally screwed it up and they put that dumb Western Star in there. I thought it was cool when they brought him back to cab over, but that was a Marmon. Over the Top is another trucking movie. Yes, what was that? That was an auto car, wasn't it?
I don't think I've seen that one.
Sylvester Stallone.
Okay.
And the truck they won is the Volvo that Chris used to drive.
Okay.
Chris had one just like that. What he was driving back in the day. For a Volvo, that's a badass truck. Producer K says, time for another Steve, or Stave, LOL. It is time for another beer. This one's empty.
Is it?
Tracy Miller asks again, is Crystal's last name Miller? Yes, that's the Miller of the Miller Transport. Yes. Silent Thunder is about truckers' son who was killed by an outlaw truck driver and the father gets revenge. I think I've seen that one.
You should start watching some.
Yeah, just in case it was an auto car. Oh, we saw the baddest ass auto car in Texas going around some stupid route that they had us on. They had a badass auto car. It was a long hood, set forward axle. You know, I think it was a wrecker actually. It was a badass auto car. That, you know, I bet you Crystal or Tim or Matoy would recognize that truck. Cause I called it out when I seen it. I was like, yo, don't look on the right and see that auto car sitting there. What about Smokey and the Bandit? Entertaining movie. Do you see old two-stroker's new 3408 Marmon? Yes, I did. Me and old, I got a beef with old two-stroker. He's got to start sharing the wealth, man. He's got some pretty badass rides. He don't ever say them until after he gets them. Red Wolf says, didn't Autocar turn into GMC white Autocar? Could be. Snowman coming out of the diner was the best bit. Yeah. Hey, Steve, what do you like about highballing? Never seen it. There must be a lot of trucker movies I never saw.
That's why I said we should start
I think
watching
Smokey
some.
the Bandit, Black Dog. I found Moving on Tubi. We watched a couple episodes. Watched one episode of that, and I was just looking at the old cars.
I was just, it's just amazing. Like, wow.
I just remembered the Black 379, the Kid Rock Cowboy music video. Yes! And then it was Metallica, Enter Sandman. It was a 379 in that one, too. Or was it a 359?
You're asking the wrong
Let me find it. I have to keep it muted. Let me find it.
These are going to take a while to cook tomorrow. It's like 6 pounds of chicken breasts.
Gotta watch the ad.
Of course.
Here, if I play the video, it won't copyright it if I don't have the audio. Here's the Metallica Peterbilt. Man, I remember I was in high school when MTV was like actually still playing.
Metallica's going to take this stream down.
I didn't play the audio. Dang it. I did something wrong here. There we go. Why does this thing keep unlocking? There we go.
Crap, I should have got that thing.
There we go. That's all right. Perfect. All right, good enough. Yeah, MTV did have the best channel back in the day, back when it was, a music video channel. Jerry Reed is a trucker in Highballing movie. Autocar is still in business. In 2019, Autocar announced the rebirth of Autocar's DC conventional truck, first introduced by, I think I must hit enter too early. Carl Benj is getting out of here. All right, I'm probably going to get out of here soon too, because it's been a while, but yeah. There's a replica moving on W900 in New Zealand. I guess that is. I still see Autocar, yard horses. See that one there. Greetings from Poland. He says, I'm just finishing my 12-hour shift on the ET-22 locomotive.
Cool.
Headbangers Ball MTV. That goes back a ways. Ben Wilkins says, yeah, 359. Yeah, it was at 359. Think about it. When that come out, that was in the late to mid. When did Enter Sandman come out? Look that up, babe. When did Enter Sandman Metallica come out? 379 might not even have been built yet.
Enter Sandman Metallica come out? 1991.
All right.
That's why
So there
I
was a
said-
379. I guess they probably didn't want to they didn't want to destroy a good truck, so they took an older one and wrecked it. Well, they didn't wreck it. They just crashed in a crap with it. It was just a wooden bed frame and bed, but whatever. Autocar is one, if not the oldest truck manufacturing company in the United States, has still not been bought out. Seems to be their claim to fame. They don't build any. They don't build. I don't know. As far as I know, they just build yard horses now. They need to bring back old MTV. Yeah, it's called YouTube. Just look it up like I did. Sumner Redstone was the CEO of Viacom, MTV's parent company. Yeah, well, I got news for you. MTV is like, that's a joke. Red Wolf. They need to bring back old MTV. Yeah. All cars built in Birmingham, Alabama, and Hagerstown, Maryland. I don't think any of them are going to get in the semi business. Jason Kristen. I don't think there's enough money in it, and I don't think they'll be able to really compete with the Peterbilts, Kenworths, Freightliners of the world. They're just not known for that anymore. They might try, but I doubt it. Jacob Smith says, Autocar Yard Horse in no comparison to Autocar DC64. I drive one every day. Yeah, but do they still make them? What does Autocar make today is what I'm saying. RC says, Steve, running out of shop videos this week. What's next? Videos after the boat haul. Probably shop videos. The boat haul is going to take a lot of videos. It's a full-blown series. It's just getting there was a whole thing. Everything we did over there was a whole thing prior to us leaving. And then the haul is a whole thing. The haul is going to be 2 videos by themselves. It's a whole series, trust me. It's a lot of stuff to go through. And you got 3 big personalities dealing with it all. So it's a lot. Well, Autocar makes these cab over garbage trucks. Yeah, I agree with you, Red Wolf. The new semis are junk. Bring back the old trucks without all the BS in them. Yeah, I believe it. Jason Mertz says Claude Atkins was in Moving On. Producer K, who cut the top off the boat? The owner of the boat. Matter of fact, you see a live on Gentry's channel where me and Crystal were taking out the windows while they were already cutting the window frames out. Got a friend of mine has an Autocar set up as a big rig wrecker. Pretty mean truck. Dave B says the DC64 and cab over models are inner city work, and the yard horse is model ACTT. Autocar makes the conventional 2. They're used for dump trucks and roll-offs. M. Pedward 2 says R Model Mac. I love the look of R Model Macs. Don't think it's posted yet. What, his live?
Who?
Timmy. He did a live when me and Crystal were taking the windows out of the Explorer.
Oh.
Yeah, he did a
We're
live.
talking about just the live he did today.
Oh no, he did a live today. Red Wolf says, isn't Sterling Ford? Sterling basically took Ford stuff over. I don't know if there even is a Sterling today. I'm still talking about MTVs. MTV went from music videos to reality shows about teen moms. What happened to that crap? Hopefully it died a death. The teen mom joke.
It lives.
Does it?
It does. With them all grown up, their kids are like.
Sterling was a
17
Freightliner product
years
that
old.
bought Ford Trucks Division in '97. Try and buy Chad Keegan's blue K100 semi. Use a local go-getter. Why would I use a local go-getter? That's a long haul truck. That thing goes all over. Sterling went out of business in '09, says Witch Doctor. Steve, when will we get Orwell back on the road? ASAP. As soon as we can. Hopefully week after next we'll be drilling holes in frames. Missed the sound of air starter on old Brockway. It was behind my grandma's house. Brockway's a cool truck. I know where a few of them are at. Red Wolf Sterling was really owned by Ford and sold to Daimler, I'm pretty sure. Sean Gallagher says new Sterling trucks on General Motors chassis. I don't know. We're definitely getting into weeds here with this. All right. Before I go ahead and cut off, what time is it, babe?
Like 10:30.
10:30. Yeah, I still want to work on that video a little bit tonight before I might actually finish it tonight before I go to bed. Yeah, so if you got questions, hear the train coming. Who needs to go? I don't know. I must have missed something. Anyways, you guys got questions about boat haul or whatever, go ahead and hit me on it. Which doctor says the Max Superline was supposed to be a Brockway? Terminator had the coolest scene with the Ford 9000. Richard Mulville says, hi from Bangkok. Just let you know the Mac Museum, the Mac cab over, they only built one cab over with a turbine engine in it. Don Carpenter says, appreciate you and Jen. Thank you for all you share with us. And Pedward 2 says, Ford LTL 9000 is the best. I drove it for years. Clarence says, will they ever put LED lights on Orwell? Eventually. Be kind of pointless now. Be pretty cool to see a boat behind Orwell. Well, that's part of the plan. Orwell running under my own authority, I could do work for anybody. So that would be kind of cool. Peg says, oops, too many beers, have a good night. Not for me. This is number 3. Please. I haven't even touched anything real yet. How long will it take to get from Arizona to delivery site? It's already done, Tim Ivans. I just flew home. Dude, I left here 2 weeks ago to start this trip. Yeah, it's already done. Well, the one is. How long will it take to get Oh, I read that. Mac hasn't made a good truck since the 90s. Yeah, I heard they went downhill. Oh, that's what you mean there. Okay. I see you're going to put the lights you got from Tim on Black Dog, Steve. Chris got that done, actually. Chris got that done while I was gone. David Brennan, I hear the train whistle blowing. Gotta go. See you in the next video. We'll see you. How long did it take to get the boat ready to transport? That was a large part of it. Rich Doctor says, thanks for the chat, Steve. You're the most human guy on YouTube. I appreciate the time. Thank you. Can you do the Rocky Mountain water in that brew?
What?
No, it's Coors Light, man. That's what he's talking about. The Volvo Mac is an abomination. Ben Wilkinson, I agree. David Halatonga says, hello to Jen.
Hello.
She says hello. Tim Ivans says, what about the second boat? Waiting to hear. Red Wolf says, love your channel, Steve. Night, brother. Later, guys. Jacob Bacchus says, hold my beer. RC, so what's the plan for the merch trailer? Sell merch out of it? No, it's at a different location right now because that's the other reason why we're wanting to build our own shop. So we're gonna have to handle that in the future. Notice every plan I make, somebody goes and changes it. Thanks, Crystal. It screwed up all my plans. Just kidding. Actually, plans work out right. I should be able to get all the plans done. Yep, back burner for the merch trailer. Yep, I know. It's the way it is, man. You got to do what you got to do to make money. The suspension on Volvo Mac is somewhat different. The engine is a rebrand of the D13. Jacob Bacchus says, how's the Hemi? I think it's sitting at Crystal Shop, washed and clean, ready for me to pick it up. I'm waiting on her truck to get back so I can get my crap out of her truck and get my truck at the same time. So her truck is still currently heading north with my stuff in it because I flew home. What's going on with the yellow cab over? Anything? Lord only knows. That plan could change 3 times over between now and then. Have a good night, Stephen Jen, 73 from West Alabama.
Good
Grady L.
night.
Evans. Night. I think we're pretty much done. I mean, we still got 637 people. I know. A lot of people here. Good night, all. Really enjoyed it. That's 2 hours long stream. See, we got a great channel. I enjoy watching. No problem. Are you going to paint Orwell in the future? We're hoping to. The better the videos do, the more we do. I'll answer it like that. Jacob Bacchus says, where's the chat? You just typed in it. I don't get the question. I know. Will Matt come out of the core and work with you? RC says that. It's in the realm of possibility.
No, read the next one.
Clarence, good night, Steve, Jen, and Baby Yoda.
He says night night.
Grogy says night too.
Aww.
Let Jen drive Black Dog.
No.
Jen says no.
Not interested in driving.
Not interested. Yeah, everyone has gone quiet. Dave B says do more live streams. You know what's funny? They yell at Tim for doing too many and yell at me for not doing enough. Everything takes money on a trucks are not cheap. Yeah, no doubt. Thanks for sharing, Steve and Jen. Question for you, Steve, with Orwell getting bigger frame, can you haul Pierce bigger airport fire truck? With a longer trailer, a stretch trailer, yes, it could. With a drop axle, it can. Timothy Motherspaw says, Steve, you could be Summer's weekend show. How in the world would that work? I'd love to try, but I don't know how that would work. I know nothing on how to work a radio thing. Then I'd have to go down there to the secret bunker to do it, or build a studio where I live. That I don't know. And you know, that'd be something to think on, but I doubt it. I would love to do it on the occasion. I would really love to do something like that on occasion. Are you looking at a bigger trailer for Orwell? We're going to eventually. Gregory Spivey says, laughing my ass off. Hey, Crystal and Tim, you guys woke up a sleeping giant. Yeah. I needed woken up. Ain't gonna lie. Are you gonna add more chicken legs to Orwell and Black Dog? Possibly. Yeah, Andy, we got a lot of plans. Shoo, I don't think so. I don't think I have hauled any Oshkosh stuff out of New Smyrna, Tennessee. I run a 93 Pete 372. Call it Vader. It's Mike Hellbig. Yeah, I remember those Darth Vader football helmet looking Peterbilts. They were interesting trucks. Yeah, John Halgren. I heard. I haven't been keeping up with their content, but yes, I heard that they went under their own authority again. So I kind of saw that coming because it seemed like they were just struggling with the lease with that other place they were with. So I kind of figured they might be that. Laptop AC 404. You will go back to sleep. I know it. What? I'll go back to sleep. Jacob Smith says, if you don't mind me asking, what part of New Jersey are you from? I grew up in Jersey and now live in eastern Pennsylvania. I grew up in Monroe Township. You should set up live stream setup in truck with had mounted cameras, like one facing you and one facing out. Nah. The last thing I need to do is live stream driving. I figure something goes on, I need to be able to work with it. My husband is unloading in Two Rivers, Wisconsin Monday morning. Yeah, that's not that far from here. It's Tina Edelman. Yeah, it's like an hour-ish from here, Two Rivers. Me and Matt used to go salmon fishing with the little boat we had. It took about an hour to get to the boat launch out there. Is your trailer set up to where it can haul third axle added? Yes. The RGN I can take a removable third axle. I don't have any. Steve's live reaction to comments that make no sense are pretty good.
What?
I've been told I'm pretty animated with like facial expressions and stuff, but yeah.
What's wrong with that?
That's what it is. Sterling only bought Ford's heavy truck. Oh, we're still talking. Sam Blackburn, we're way beyond that, man. You're probably about 30 minutes back, man. Got to get up back to live. People ask the damnedest questions. Yes, they do.
And here comes one right after that.
Yeah. All right. Well, no one's really asking much of nothing, so probably cut it off right here. Lance Lane says, I like your tattoos. I appreciate that. That's cool. This one's actually based on a Kid Rock song, I'm Wrong But You Ain't Right, where he talks about like, because one of the parts of that one song is he talks about who he is, and he says, I'm everything you love, everything you hate. Well, when me and Jen first started dating, she sent me this picture, very similar to it, and that's why I used this one. They just changed it slightly. And I did this after everything went south with my family. And because when it comes to my family, I am everything you love and everything you hate at the same time. You want the bad guy, but don't like the bad guy. You want the bad guy to do bad guy things when you need him, but then when you don't need him, you hate him for doing the same stuff that you asked him to do. So it's kind of like hard to explain, but the way I am, the way I act, the way I treat people is I tend to feel if I'm not making a mistake, I tend to treat people pretty damn good. But there are times when you have to get in people's faces. There are times you got to bow up and stand up and be ready to take a hit. I guess that makes me a bad guy, but that's what I am. It's what I do. I'll do it if I like you. I'll do anything for you. Take from me, I'm not gonna have anything to do with you. Take from somebody I know or love, you're gonna have a problem with me. And I think that's the same person. But if you're my sister, you can't tell me you want me to threaten somebody that might be wanting to do something to your kid, but meanwhile hate the fact that I'm capable of doing that. I don't understand that thought process, right? So.
There's a lot of comments that came in.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah. Down to Earth videos, I enjoy the content, yeah. Tracy Miller says, yes, but when you do a live, you actually talk to us.
Mm-hmm.
I do on the produced stuff too, when I'm driving and talking. It's just I'm not speaking to specifically you, where in this case I am. But I get it. How do I get my knowledge? 48 years this month. That's just life lived. And in fact, I'm still alive. How's the Freightliner coming along? Chris gave it a real, I assume you're talking about grinding gears, this Freightliner. Chris gave it a good look over, and it needs some help. It needs some work. Witch Doctor, yeah, I get it. Treat people how I want to be treated until something makes me act differently. Sometimes you can make a terrible mistake. Sometimes you can forget something and then, no, I'm a Gemini motocross girl. Sometimes you can make a terrible mistake in judgment because you forgot one or two details that were extremely important. And then you make a terrible mistake and you're lucky you survive it. That does happen. But once you recognize you made that mistake, you better own it. You better own it and make it right. If you're lucky enough to. So far, I think I'm lucky enough to. Those that no. How did Chris get his knowledge? Experience. He ain't a young buck. It's contained. I still boycott Bud Light. I see the Coors Light on the table. I never drank Bud Light anyway. I drank Budweiser for a while, but before all that crap was done, I already moved on to Miller Lite and Coors Light, and then started drinking the Coors Stubbies fairly recently, within the last year or so.
Mm-hmm.
Lance Lane, how many tattoos do I have? 1, 2, 4. I always forget about the other one. I can't see it.
Mm-hmm.
I got one on my back that I can't see. I always forget that I got that one. First one I got was this one here. Then this one, then that one, and then that one. I need to get more. Want to get more. I am a Gemini, so I don't need to put my birthday out here. Miller Genuine Draft is pretty damn good, Roy Bayette says. Trace Mill says, what? Your birthday is in May? Mine is 3/18/77, which, you're real close to my sister. My sister's a couple weeks prior to me. I'm late in May, so I'm a Gemini. My dad used to feed me OV splits and Miller ponies when I was a kid. That's RC. Damn, I forgot we're out of Crown.
Well, you got that Gentleman Jack.
Yeah, no, I'm saying the decanter's empty.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna buy some, but then I just figured I would wait till you
That Crown Royal decanter that Chris and his wife bought us. I use it a lot. Then I started drinking it a lot. I was like, man, that stuff's pretty damn good, actually. Never drank a lot of when I'm in like a smooth mood. That's when I drink the Crown. James Culver, you are way backed up in the. You gotta go way live. You're still talking about over the top trucking movies.
That was 8 hours ago.
I'm getting ready to take this outside and have a cigar. Kind of got half of mine too. It'll get dark though. I can't find Miller Genuine Draft. Timothy McDermott says.
If you eat at a normal time tomorrow, you can go out and smoke a cigar.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. Now they're getting a lot of comments, so.
Yeah, because when you're ready to leave, then they don't want you to leave.
Wheel holder says Gemini also. Jacob Baca says James, you're like 30 minutes behind. Yeah, just bounce up to live, man. It's all right. Steve, I had a heart attack in 2012. That's Jason Murphy. Yikes. That's scary. Lance Lane says, I watch you a lot. Appreciate that.
Need another beer?
Just a little bit left in this one.
I have to get you some tomorrow.
Yeah, waiting on more comments here. 586. Yeah, it dropped from a while ago.
It was just recently 660.
Yeah, but they knew I was born to drive, being born on 3/18. Oh, that's funny. Tracy Miller said, yeah, knew I was born to drive. I was born 3/18. Like, yeah. I doubt that's what you're driving now, though. Mylan says, great live, Steve. Have a good night, brother. That's not empty quite yet. Yes, Stephen King says, yes, Jenny needs another beer. Kevin Hurley says, love what you're doing. Keep up what you're doing. Thanks again. Advance, love the videos. Gregory Spivey says, good night, Steve and Jen. Much blessings to you both. Fail is not the end of the world. It is learning experience. Keep trucking. Be safe. Absolute facts there, brother. It's the Cassandra says, yep, don't go live while driving. You get wise guys trying to stalk you. Yeah, wise guy. Yeah, well, those that don't know, those that found out don't want to know no more.
That's funny.
It is funny.
why I'm laughing.
Eventually, when are you going to switch out the transmission on Black Dog? I don't know. Gotta get Orwell put together first. Good question. Just, I don't know. I feel like I answered that one a whole lot, but that's all right. Is that true? I only got 108 likes? Like, the only people around here for how long?
That's it? No, that can't
It's got to be more than that.
That just can't be. I mean, I even liked it.
Yeah, see? Jen hit the like button. 986 on the likes. All right, that's better.
Yeah.
Will there be a series on the rebuilding of Orwell? It's Jose Angel Tolan's. Absolutely. Absolutely. RC asks, how's Matt's new car? Ooh, that's a sore subject. Yeah, Matthew. He's going through it. Let's just leave it at that. $9.99. Woohoo! We're almost at 1,000.
Really?
I'm driving through Frederick, Maryland. Timothy Mothersboss is $9.93.
Wait, how many people are watching?
607 now. It's actually gone up. Christine Chaya says, hey Steve, I've been watching you for 6 years now. We look forward to all your videos from the other Flyers fans.
Yay!
Channel even 6 years old. Is the channel 6 years old?
What's that?
Is the channel 6 years old?
I don't know.
You must have been watching.
We were watching.
Christine, you must have been watching back in the automotive days. 6 years ago, I was still filming sideshows in Chicago.
I know. Scary time.
Yeah, it got scarier.
Got real scary.
I know.
We had no rights.
Jose Angel Tolan says we got 1,000 likes now. Over 1,000 now.
There you go. Keep a thumb in the like.
I'm 36 with 3 aortic valve replacements and a bypass mitral repair. And in the hospital as we speak. Damn, Justin Yarber. At 36, yikes.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Well, he's still around though. Still kicking around. Good. Keep getting better. Jen's merch office will be decked out in Flyers gear.
I got some stuff.
RC says, what happened to my camper? Which one? The one I never bought that I planned on, or the one I wrecked, or the one that's I wrecked? I didn't wreck it. I junked it. And then the motorhome is next to the shop still. JRTRPF1 says, Flyers, I think you made a mistake by getting rid of Tortelio.
Oh yeah, the coach.
I haven't watched it in a while.
Me either, but
Hagerstown and ruined beginning of Bucky's in the future. F
who's
Bucky.
getting the Buckies?
Hagerstown, Maryland.
Yeah.
F
Yeah,
Bucky's.
keep it there.
Yeah, keep it over there. I've been watching for several years, not sure how many, but is there a way to find out? Not sure. Christine Chaya says FSE Speed Shop before FSE Trucking. Yeah, it was FestJack Speed and Custom Shop early on. That's where FSC come from, but yeah.
Who said that?
Speed Shop was probably still automotive stuff.
Who said that? The one that said she's been watching.
Christine Chaya watching for 6 years.
Yeah, that's something nobody would really know.
Yeah. Am I going to replace the deck on a RGN? Christopher Graham's. Funny that you asked that. Chris has been diligently working on the metal pieces in front of the back deck. Replacing a 1/4 inch diamond plate. And he sent me a picture of it half done. It looks badass. Chris is one hell of a metal fab guy, man. Wheel holder says, my 18-year-old daughter wants to get her CDL. I told her flatbed better than slamming doors in any dry van or reefer. Yes. Yes. You know, I was gonna think, where's I haven't seen them all day. Crazy.
Oh.
Where's the crazy kids at? Where are they at? I haven't seen them all day. You know, crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't seen them. Just ain't watching tonight.
Maybe because it's late.
Well, I started it kind of early, I guess.
I don't know. What time did you start? Like 8:30?
I don't remember.
Probably a little bit after, between 8 and 8.
Yeah, it shows 2 hours ago. I don't know.
Yeah, because it doesn't really show the time on
What's the worst thing I've ever had to haul? The hardest thing was that damned end dump that I hauled. So far, we haven't found anything Chris can't do. A couple people asked that. Haven't found anything yet. Yes, he is one hell of a mechanic. Straight up. Richard Ward says, damn, look at all that booze. It's a bar. You're supposed to put booze on your bar. What's up with the blue step deck? We're sitting outside waiting to get finished. We're in the middle of pretty big projects. We didn't expect Orwell to just like basically drop dead. We weren't expecting that. Moto Truck enforces, you flatbed loaders just take pride in overworking compared to backing into a dock. Look, if I was, if all I did was swing doors, you never realize how big I'd be, like overweight big, where a lot of work actually keeps me pretty strong and reasonably well. RC, Chris was smoking a cigarette when his stacks were on fire. He smokes, whatever, man. You smoke, you smoke. Everyone gave Gentry a bunch of crap about smoking cigarettes. I'm like, he's better off smoking cigarettes than vaping them douche flutes. Number one. Number two, if he smokes, who gives a rip? I mean, really, get over it. What if Orwell's trailer would get a fresh coat of paint and any repairs it needs? Well, Chris, I just said, Chris been working on that trailer for a while. Last 2 weeks is all he's been doing. He took care of a bunch of stuff on Black Dog and is doing a lot of rust repairs on the trailer. Auto adjust and force, I wouldn't say that's much work on strapping the load. Just crap to get out in the weather. David Tonga says, did you eat all your veggies? Are potatoes veggies?
I don't know.
I don't know. I ain't eating potatoes. That was
salad.
dinner. I have a salad.
There's your veg.
I ate my salad with a little bit of dressing on it. Yeah. Like I didn't make it salad soup, but you know, a little bit of dressing and a little bit goes a long way. Real men smoke stogies, not vapes. That's right, it's the Constanza. You got that damn right. Tony Captain 71 says, have I ever had Jameson Black Barrel of soda? I like it. No, I never did. According to the government, pizza is a veggie, LOL. Yeah, Kevin Hurley. Chris is a hell of a mechanic. I said it once, I'll say it again. Once that hat goes backwards, it's time to work. Yup. Hey, Steve, think it's a cake TikTok channel with your videos? Is that your... Yes, you should, because I won't have a TikTok until it's sold to an American company. So all the TikToks out there with my name on it and my content on it ain't me. Did I ever drink moonshine? It's been a long time since I actually had genuine shine. Been a long time.
When was it?
Huh?
When was it?
Matt was a year old.
Really? I thought we could have had some somewhere sometime.
No actual shine.
I guess not.
Where were we when we had access to shine?
Oh, I don't know.
One time Timmy did a video way back when his channel was early, and he was talking about drinking Tennessee spring water.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. No, right after I got divorced, my ex-girlfriend's ex-husband, we weren't together back then when I got first split up with Holly.
Yeah,
but
I know.
they were still together at back then, right? You know what I'm talking about, I'll say the name.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Her husband got a, because we were hanging out at the clubs, you know, the strip clubs, and her husband got a hold of a mason jar. And I had some of that.
Okay.
That was a long time ago. But that was genuine white lightning. We could buy Shine at West Virginia in the ABC store. Yeah, they changed a lot of that stuff. Yeah. No, I'm talking like genuine, genuine moonshine. That was 20 freaking years. That was literally 20 years ago. It was in all I'll tell you about that was it was in North Carolina. It was after Jimmy died. Yeah, well after Jimmy died. What's the key to YouTube? Thinking about one maybe. Tia Robinson says that. Consistency. Just film what you do and be consistent with it. And don't be a fake character. You just be yourself. Just try to produce regular content. And if they like your content and like who you are, they'll watch. Like me here now. I'm in my apartment, sitting there reading your comment on a computer and just yipping and yapping and talking. We're not a fake character. Hi, how are you today? Blah, 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 blah. No. Listen, I'm a truck driver. I do the stuff we do. It's all real stuff. We don't fake anything. We don't make fake drama. We're not cake decorators. We don't do any of that crap. We just work, and we are who we are. And that's the easiest way to do it. Doesn't mean you're going to be the most successful, but that's the best way to do it, to be absolutely genuine. And see, I could probably manufacture fake drama and make a really quick, couple million views out of a video. But then how do you keep that going, right? To be legit and real, it's a slow build, but it's a solid build, right? Best way I could explain it. Yeah, there's a lot of moonshine in North Carolina. I learned that. Rest all finish in its go to truck to next week. I'm not sure what you mean there, Kuya too. What's the heaviest load I hauled Orwell didn't like to pull? We were just under 100,000 pounds with a 3-axle trailer. Took something to Reno. Christian Sauce says, how are we doing? Yapping with you guys, having a couple beers, just ate dinner. Well, almost every reefer load is 80,000 pounds. Fill the wagon. That's the name of the game. If you're paying it, would you pay full price for half a load? Kelly Raxler says Tennessee moonshine. Never had Tennessee moonshine. Do some other comments here. Tracy Miller says, I remember, Tennessee Miller. Used to make moonshine back in the good old days at David H. I remember the stuff freaked me out when I was little. Someone would drink a little, pour a little in the gas